Good morning, Zelda fans! This is the NA Has Coffee stream. We have Oksani and Wolfman and Daredevin on comms today for your EU Weekly. And most of us are NA, but that's okay, because we're drinking coffee. So I'll hand it off to them.
Who is this we? I don't drink coffee.
And I'm not from NA, so. Also, hello everyone.
Soda, coffee, caffeine, whatever. It's
Yeah,
the same thing.
already, but I just brushed my teeth, so I just waited a little because it just tastes funny.
You know what? That's fair.
While we figure out what our proper refreshments are, again, welcome everyone to the European Weekly for Ocarina of Time Randomizer. We have a very strong lineup here with Zeph, Hi, the Aeronaut, and Hell Knight.
Oh, and Zeph has Mweep for his like sounds when he like goes through like on his menu screen. God, my brain already. We're doing this. Okay.
Maybe have another cup of coffee.
I mean,
wait.
I'm drinking a soda. I too am not a fan
You're
of
not a fan
coffee.
of coffee. Well,
I like the smell of it, but the taste of it is no, thank you. I'm good.
I like chocolate with coffee flavor, but I'm not that much into drinking coffee actually. I prefer, yes, like different kinds of sodas.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Am I sounding a little better? I've tried to adjust my output volume a little bit.
I have not. I don't know. You sounded fine to me personally, but
Yeah,
it might be the output on the restream because they might have a different setup.
Okay, I'll adjust it a little more. Sorry about this. I am trying to be, not super bombastic.
Also, we got a scam train going. Choo-doo!
The fact that I am boosted all the way, this never happened a year ago. I thank the new headset I have. While we figure out balancing with audio, what do the rest of you think about the balancing of this seed, considering our starting hash symbols?
I think I don't know. My brain is just not quite.
I mean, every item is unique, so. Also, there seems to be at least some kind of agony in it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weekly seed, so are we surprised by agony being present?
Nope.
Also, it looks like they are starting with the Kokiri Emerald, which means already it's all dungeons. Guaranteed.
Well, it looks like we're in for the long haul, so, here we go.
Yeah. Fasten your seatbelts and let's get ready for takeoff.
Star, it looks like Trent rolled the seed in the chat, so let's see. We've got one person heading to the Kokiri sword chest, which is something we don't see often early
most
on.
People skip it. Oh, that's a big pile of cash.
Ooh,
and
and
a slingshot that screams early deco tree to me.
Yup, that would be my
That's
play.
really convenient.
And considering the 200 rupees that we just picked up, of which we can only carry 99 of them, hey, good time to stock up on a Deku shield, some Deku sticks, and yeah, let's see who clears out Deku Tree.
Get your gear going, and it's actually really convenient. So let's talk about tunic colors for a second. So which of them do you prefer actually?
It's gotta be the purple is the one that's screaming out to me. But they're all very pale, stelly colors today, so nothing very vibrant.
At the same time, let's see. I think Zeph would work well with the upcoming summer, but Hell Knight, works as well. Purple I'm neutral on, and yeah. Alright, upcoming Gossip Stone.
Rip to 40.
And we have a open grotto, I believe. Death Mountain what is barren? I couldn't tell.
I did not see it.
Ah,
Trail.
Thank you.
There we go. We have kind of a good bit of divergence here. We've got two people going spiral take, probably taking the owl to go straight into the market. And you have, looks like Zeph is the only one doing early Deku, which surprises me. I would have expected more people to want to do early Deku.
Apparently, we also missed the second Deku Tree hint, which may have been 30.
Yeah, I'm guessing the chat saw it.
Well, then again, there's been a lot of action going on in the game, and also action with Strawberry Rose Garden raiding us and the Real Tech Bandit gifting subs to ZeldaSpeedRuns. Thank you.
Are not showing off that swag backwalking strat.
I recently tried to learn it, but I just couldn't get it working. Like this, it's insanely precise. I think once you got it a few times, though, you can replicate it pretty easily. I really need to learn that.
I think that's most things in this game. Like once you get it, you can do it again.
Yeah. Death Mountain Trail is our first foolish locations. Oh, we already got there.
Yeah.
We did?
Yeah.
But so far, we've opened 3 chests in Deku Tree, and I don't think they had anything. I'm
Nope.
getting concerned.
I mean, Deku's still, I mean, it's full of Sphere Zero checks, so it's still a really good play early, especially when you get everything you need for it.
Whoa, okay, many checks on.
Oh,
the
there's
light
Din's
side.
Fire.
Ooh.
There's Din's Fire on Richard.
I thought I just saw Well in Goron City as Way the Hero. And, yep, Trenter is confirming. And hi now, too. Vigoron dead as well?
And Frogs too is dead. Oh, we're expecting pot. That's right, Trent's pot. So, a lot of activity early. We got Din's Fire on Richard, and we've got some good hints. Some nice information here.
And in the meantime, it looks like Kai is going to be the first to make their way to...
Ooh. Foolish Shadow. So that means that the final key is going to be on the Hidden Floor Master. Naturally. Because that's how it works. You can only go mode Shadow when it's Way the Hero. As far as like key layout goes.
And the other one is, well, there's our duplicate Goron City hint.
Alright, so if we get another one of those, then that means that there's at least 2 items in Goron City.
In the meantime, the aeronaut wants to aim for a good prize.
That's a GDQ joke. You're ready for GDQ comms.
And that was not a prize worth
Yeah,
going
pay
for.
20, and if you win, get 5. I would
Yeah.
actually never do that.
That's a ripoff.
Okay, Zeph going for the B1 skip.
Not he's doing what I do, which is
Okay,
having a lot of
that's
trouble
good.
with C-up.
Yeah, that was perfect, nice. And even doing it unbuffered, I still can't do this.
Nice.
Yeah, it always looks so much nicer if you do it unbuffered.
All right, the first song from Impa today is
Requiem.
Ooh, now that's a good one to get early.
Yes, that's a really good one. Like, not only does it chain you to another song, it also gives you one extra hint, and you can use it to manipulate your time of day.
Yeah.
So that's a really valuable one.
Plus, there's none of that Monka S. Do we have to cross the desert to find out that Child Spirit is required? 'Cause those are always fun.
Also, very nice and clean fight by Zeph.
agreed. All right, Deku Tree, will you provide anything of worth? Please. Oh no, that's bad, that's bad. It's been barren, it's been barren. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me.
It's a medallion, at least.
Yeah, that's at least something. So
Yeah, so they have to do it. They're gonna all pretty much go through it unless there's a Deku Felicient somewhere, in which case he lost like maybe 3 minutes. You know?
All right.
Also, we're gonna see the second song soon from High.
Oh, right. True. Thanks, chat.
All right, Melon, what do you have? Suns.
Ew. Like, as far as songs go, that's like the one song that I don't really want. Just because it's not, to me, like, I'd honestly rather have Serenade or Prelude. Like, Sun Song is the one song that's like, oh, okay, I can live without that.
I actually like Sun Song. Like, it's not. I'm not overly happy if I get it, but if I get it early, I'm at least kind of happy. I mean, it's still better than having something like yeah, if you have either Serenade or Prelude, that's actually okay. And if the other one is Sun Song, then I'm not complaining about that.
As someone that rarely runs these, ooh, Goron Tunic in there.
Is he gonna get it? Yeah, he's gonna grab it.
Yeah. But as someone that rarely runs these, I am not good at maintaining time of day, so I can see the value in Sunsong, but at the same time, I do not believe the standard rule set that we're playing under requires Sunsong for Night Skulltula.
No, it doesn't.
So
No.
Yeah, I mean, if your like time of day routing and your execution is on point, then you probably won't ever need Sun Song. But Sun Song can bail you out if you make slight mistakes. So a good example for that being if your execution is not perfect on the first few minutes on Hyrule Field and stuff, and you like would barely miss something.
all right, High
It's like something
is-
starting with Sun Song is like really nice for.
All right, upcoming song from Spirit Temple.
That
And
would be Saria's song.
That's Saria's song.
So there's our forest access in Logic.
That's good because I'm horrible at Mito skipping.
Alright, let's see this hint here in Colossus, because it's one of the new things that we're getting as far as information.
Skull Mask is a hook shot. Holy shit. That's a good hint to have.
That's a really good hint.
It's a bad check, but it's a good hint. That's
Yeah.
yeah. This looks like we're in for a treat today.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was on the top of the arch. I couldn't really tell, but
Yeah, I think we're gonna see another time. I also didn't pay attention too much.
I didn't get a good look either, but oh boy, Skull Mask potentially required.
yeah, there's nothing that sucks more than something being on Skull Mask when you have a hint distribution that doesn't give you a Skull Mask hint. And then you just like, because you hate, like, Skull Mask is such a bad check. And you like, I will avoid it like the plague.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if you get if the the places where you need to set it up are on your way, then you can just do it. But I wouldn't go out of my way until I find the hint.
Right. And like it's if you have like Prelude and Nocturne, it makes it a little bit better, but
Yeah,
otherwise it just sucks because you're running back and forth.
yeah. Especially Nocturne is very valuable in this.
Yep, Star, I agree with you. The Skull Mask hints in the co-op tourney have burned us more than one. And it's because like Cubs is always like, it's Sphere Zero, we should check it. And I'm like, but it's a bad check. I'm not gonna check it.
Oh, okay. Minor technicality here. I mean, no matter how you see the sphere system, I do not consider Skull Mask Sphere Zero because you technically have to take care of some other things before you have access to the Skull Mask. But I don't know. I'm in the minority on that.
Yeah, but everything you need to do until that point is basically Sphere Zero. So
Yeah, it's all like, I mean, I get it. I agree, like on some sort of, but that's not how it's like written essentially. So
I mean,
yeah,
you could
or as
consider it Sphere
B
1.
put it. I know. See your talk. Ugh. Wonka S, right? All right. Should we talk about squares instead? Like, we're gonna go to the town square. Like, no, I'm kidding. I'm not going anywhere. I'm social distancing. I haven't left my house since March.
Well, how about cubes instead? After all, Ocarina of Time was released on the GameCube.
I have ice cubes in my water.
What, we're talking about cubes now?
Apparently.
Also, none of us have gotten a good look at that item on the archway.
Yeah, it looked like it was round, but I couldn't tell if it was a bomb bag or bombs or bomb refill. It couldn't be a bomb refill. It was something round, maybe a wallet.
I thought
Not-
maybe it was
Maybe a
nuts,
nut.
but-
Trenter thought it was a Poe bottle, but hold on, Aeronaut
Bottle?
is actually diving into Spirit Temple right now.
You know what? This is
I mean, with the
This is
slingshot, that makes sense. Like, it points. The slingshot and the early Requiem point you to it, actually.
yeah.
So it really makes sense to go there.
And fortunately, we do have what we need to see both of the items, so yeah, why not? Zeph going for extra money, that's always a good thing.
Yeah, I'm of the mindset that anytime I'm on Child and I'm at the bridge, unless I'm at full rupees, I always farm those.
Stock
'Cause
up,
it does not take that much time, and it's like the easiest location to farm 40
Yes.
bucks.
I agree with you on that.
There's a key in Child's-Eyed Spirit, so
Yeah,
this
so
may
that's required, maybe.
yeah,
That's still good even if it's not required, that's still good information.
yeah.
I mean, having a key never hurts in Spirit.
Now, how about this second chest?
Just
Okay,
the
so
blue
maybe the
key.
answer is deeper into Child Spirit. I think it's worth actually going in.
Yeah, I would too. And you can always, if you really feel like you need to, you could possibly save scum.
Yeah, also
but I don't-
if there's no key on it outside, then you're actually guaranteed to find another key during the child climb stuff. So
Yeah, you have to.
you can't lock yourself out. And if you find 2 keys, that's actually pretty good.
It's amazing how much the slingshot.
Oh yeah,
impacts
we don't have
your, like-
explosives. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice awareness for the Deku Nuts.
I mean, you can at least check the 2 things there.
Alright, we just had the save, so if this child climb proves fruitless, then we can just get that key back.
Yep.
Yup.
Yeah, that looks like the optimal play.
Especially without bombs to go any further, or at
I
least
mean, the bomb
shoes.
could be here, right?
Right. Yeah.
That would be
or
a
like,
really
or
convenient
even
play.
even like 5 chews would be like totally
Yeah.
acceptable.
I
as if I knew. What? I called it.
there's our
big-
first bomb bag.
Yeah,
Big
so
brain
that's
plays.
Yeah,
Weird.
that's actually really convenient right now. That's really good. So, Aeronaut having the edge on Restream.
Yeah, I mean that bomb bag is gonna give him the rest of Child Spirit and
And
Dodongo
basically the
power.
rest of the world.
Yeah, he's gonna have
Yeah,
so
bomb bag
many.
is so
attacks now.
explosives are so powerful in this game. Like in every Zelda game, to be fair. But
Yeah.
the bomb bag opens up so much stuff.
How
And
is
for
the
those,
Yeah, this
bomb
bomb bag
bag?
is in logic.
Yeah, it's in logic.
Also, titties.
Titties.
double defense has been found.
But it's not in logic because we don't have magic yet.
But we have the right. The I keep on forgetting lighting the Deku stick is not considered part of logic for that.
Yeah, because let's briefly dive into Spirit Temple Key logic. For a check in Spirit that is locked by any form of fire, it actually is required to logically at least to get it as child and as an adult. So even if you can pick it up as a child, you would still need a fire source and strength 2, I believe, to even get in there. So
I mean, at this point, they just need magic, logically. So maybe magic is somewhere that has not like been yet. You know?
yeah. Yeah, you need 5 keys if you don't have the fire source. I mean, it's not a key, so it's not too crazy. Also, it's not a required item, so we don't need to worry at all.
I think that's a vanilla key, but that would make sense.
Okay, Trent is pointing out that on the arteries we have a regular pill bottle.
Could be nice to have a or to have a bottle, I should say. All right, are not doing a save before heading over to this Iron Knuckle.
Makes sense. We don't want to spend the key to have it be double defense proving useful, and I just missed what High got on
Wow,
Soul
I don't
Kid
know,
because of that.
barely lived that. Like 1 HP, literally.
Hence the reason the Oxan YOLO exists.
Spirit Temple Way of the Hero.
You think?
Well, that's not. Yeah, that's definitely pointing everyone there. Where was the hint?
That was in Lost Woods.
Okay, it was just filled out.
Yep.
Loopy on target in the woods.
And then, forgive me, I'm a little tired. Wake me when this minigame's over.
Yeah, so we definitely need to pay attention now, because there could still be another bomb bag that's available to us, which would make the bomb bag in Spirit Temple not the way of the hero there.
Yeah, so we need to. Yeah, that's a good point.
I wish I could be better, Rando. Wait, is the minigame over yet?
It is, and it's a Deku shield.
Dang it.
Super useful.
Yeah, a bomb bag is actually one of the few items that are like the bow or maybe the slingshot that are very unlikely to be way of the hero, because there's actually 3 of them. So the chances are pretty high that there's actually 2 bows available to you at the same time. But it can happen that it's the only one which lock the other 2. So
I think it might be a big Poe, Trent. I'm not sure, but I think that might be a big Poe.
And that was where the other 40 hint was. Thank you, Zeph. All right, Saria is soon going to teach us the final song of the child song route, or route, however you say it.
All right, there's Nocturne.
Oh, it's nice.
yeah,
to
the
have
bomb bag is definitely logic. It's just a question still if it's the first one in logic.
Market is on the way of the hero.
Possibly for Din's Fire?
I would imagine so, but now they've got Chew Bowling and Logic once they get the bomb bag.
True.
Toilet is dead. I'm sorry, all you memers. The toilet is just. Epona's song is on Ocarina of Time. Okay. So with Epona's on Ocarina of Time, that means that if we need to get to GTG for anything, we need to have the hook shot, or they have to do all dungeons. If
We
if
need,
the
we need the long shot basically.
yeah. So if the long shot is in GTG, then Epona's is logically required. Now, that being said, probably none of these runners are going to, because most of them will be able to reverse Wasteland across and go to GTG that way.
Yeah, so it would be a soft AD.
Yeah.
None of our runners have actually checked the pedestal yet, have they?
I don't believe
Nope.
so, no.
No one has done that because everyone decided to play a longer side check section for the beginning.
Honestly, with how stacked Child is, I can't say that I blame them.
Yeah, and also there wasn't. If you went earlier, though, there wasn't anything that you really could do besides checking CAG and maybe taking a peek at the river,
Right.
because there were no adult items in the early game. So it definitely makes sense.
Does this mean we'll probably see chickens before we become an adult?
Possibly. I mean, we know that well as well of the hero, so it makes sense to like postpone the chicken check until you go to the well anyway.
So
Yeah.
where is Song of Storms?
Oh yeah, good point by B. Luigi. Maybe chickens will be checked around the time where you set up your skull mask in Kakariko as a child, because you're there anyway.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say that Song of Storms is gonna be in the actual worst location, which would be Ice Cavern. Because nobody likes to go to ice.
I thought Rush Ice was meta, so... I mean, okay, if something is meta, that does not mean that people like to do it.
Alright, Re-Dead Grave being checked out.
Early Sun Song, yeah, that makes sense.
Hellnut about to grab up his bomb bag, which is really good. Oh, magic!
Magic.
Magic
Song required!
Sun Song is hard required in the seed.
Okay, well, that puts the map chest and spirit into logic, so there you go. And Hai's gonna see if Danpei is a bro, or if he is, I like to call him a ho.
Nah, looks like
Danpei
he's
is a
hoe.
no.
And
Yep.
a cheap one at that.
Yep.
Like $5 is...
Yeah.
I love the discussion that we had on the NA Weekly yesterday. It was like, $5 are so much more valuable if you are a child. Like, not in the game, but in real life. So $5 actually, like, are really powerful. But when you grow older, you realize that $5 don't get you many things.
Yeah, it does not get anything.
Yeah, I really like that discussion.
Alright. Hell Knight has extra protection now, as the Aeronaut has taken out Goma.
So really, Hai is the only one who's doing new checks right now, and it looks like he's gonna get his 10 skulls to give us the 10 skull check now.
Yeah. Also, I like that everyone is doing something else. So, I mean, eventually they will trace each other's footsteps. But at the moment, everyone is like doing something else, having a different item set. At least Pi is the only one with the magic now, and Aeronaut and Hell Knight have a bomb bag, which Pi doesn't have.
I gotta say, I like Hai's blue magic color. It's really nice.
Yeah, that's really nice. That's a very nice blue.
Alright, House of Skulltula, what do you got for us today?
just yeah, that's a way better price than what the slingshot game had.
But it's nighttime right now. What are we going to spend it on?
Yeah. I mean, High was in Lon, so they have access to the Sun Song. So actually doing Dunpay and stuff, and then setting it to time of the daytime to time of day to check chickens would make sense. Also, I could understand if he wouldn't if he did not check chickens because well is still a thing that has to be cleared at some point.
I mean, chickens is just a slow check. So I mean, you
Yeah.
do it, but like, if imagining like the possibility that Song of Storms might be kind of late in the seed, if that's the case, then you'll probably, if you're still looking for ice when you're done with the bottom of the well at that point, that's when you'd be like, okay, I guess I'll do chickens now.
Yeah, but you have to climb the ladder then.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna do chickens right now, you know.
Yep.
Knowing how early it is in the seed, there's so many better locations to check.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with you.
Hell Knight, like others, passing on that heart container for the key. I mean, I get it. Once you're able to defeat Iron Knuckles, there's not really much that can take you out, even at 4 hearts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the double defense really helps too.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, with 4 hearts and without double defense, the Iron Knuckle is guaranteed to kill you in 1 hit. But like having that one extra safety of just allowing yourself to get hit once is it can ease a lot of your stress that you have fighting those guys.
Yep, they have the Goron tunic, so they don't have to worry about hearts really at all, unless Central Pillar and Water Temple. But by that point, they'll probably have a few.
Yeah, Water Temple is actually normally pretty late into a seed. Like, not too late, maybe, but at least past the mid-game.
Oh, well, we can eliminate that. Kakariko has Song of Time, and,
Here's the validation rupee.
Greg has been found.
It looks like High is
You
gonna
found
be
Greg?
sworn to go adult.
Yeah, yeah, Greg is the green rupee of eternal glory, didn't you know?
That's a bad meme. That's...
Hey, I helped make that!
Well, I don't judge the creators of it, I just don't like the meme.
Yeah, I mean, that is the best meme that Wolfman, I, and Arrow have ever created.
Oh, wait. I'm going to get a lot of hate in this. Because there's 2... I'm on a voice call with 2 people that have created the meme, and I'm hating on it. Well, I think it's not a bad meme per se, it's just overused to a point where it really annoys me. So...
I'll save the rant for why I don't like the V word for another time. In the meantime, new check with Wolfo's Grottos.
Would it have anything to do with Link to the Past?
Tangentially related.
Okay. We'll just leave it at that.
Ooh, wallet.
Oh, that's a wallet.
That could be useful. Maybe not.
I mean, it's not useful for the Goron tunics, so the only way this wallet is useful if you get another wallet as well.
Well, no, I mean, just like having more money is always. I like having money.
Yeah.
I
In
don't know
case
what
you're a member of Team Orbit by Shield, then,
Yeah.
which I am.
Yeah, Hai just checked the stones. He did not check the medallions because he didn't go adult. I think he's gonna do the full skull mask before he goes adult, which
Yeah, it makes sense.
I don't think that's a bad play at all, honestly, because
I mean, we
you
already have
wanna-
Nocturne, so...
yeah, and you want to have that hook shot when you go adult because that's going to give you access to Forest Temple, so you can just go there. You might be able to full clear it, but you can do at least a little bit of it. You could dip if you're like looking for places to go. And just hook shot just gives you a lot as adult. I can't even ZSR bad bot, Delilah. I can't even ZSR bad bot because it wasn't even the bot.
It's all good, X. It's all good.
So as far as hints go, we still miss 1 Way of the Hero, 1 Foolish, and 3 sometimes hints. Oh, and the 50 Skull hint, of course. I think we haven't seen that one yet, and that's a really important one to find.
I haven't noticed it yet either.
I kind of hope it's something like hover boots, which are probably required.
Zeph picking up the magic in Graveyard. And High going for the Skull Mask. Also, getting $5 on the way. We're technically losing 15.
Yeah.
Also, Aaron not going for the Child Goron City play, which is interesting.
I mean, Goron City's way of the hero, so I don't think this is a terrible play.
Yes.
He's only got one check he can do right now, though.
Yeah, because of how the songs are laid out that we have or have not obtained. There's actually, oh yeah, you can do this one, the Rolling Goron, which I always forget, by the way. The
But
2 checks in the maze, that's 3, and that's it basically.
Right.
Oh, that's
Ruto's letter.
Ruto's letter.
Okay, well, this turned out to be a good dip.
That may be important.
Yep.
Possibly.
Yeah. Aeronaut sadly does not have magic yet, so.
I'm confused as to why Arnott didn't go do the maze. Actually.
Oh yeah, true.
He just like
Wait.
left.
Oh, no, wait. They're making it nighttime.
Daytime.
Daytime. Huh?
What?
What?
Oh, they want to set up Dampé, I think. Yeah, they should really check the yeah, that's a Nocturne play. Okay. So they really should have checked the maze. Also, checking the maze as a child gives you a free Sculpture token.
Yeah,
and
that's
free
not
Gossip
there,
Zone
isn't it?
hint.
yeah.
And a Gossip Stone hint. Yeah, so Aeronaut maybe slipped his mind, or I think he got the hint for Goron City Way of the Hero, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I want to say Aeronaut did. I mean, the hints were available both at Temple Time and Hyrule Castle. I'm pretty sure everyone has seen those by now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just hope for him that there's no value in the maze at all. But it's or maybe it was a decision made because of the letter. So it was assumed that the letter is the way of the hero and nothing else is in there.
That's a dangerous assumption to make. Though.
Yeah, the maze is quicker indeed, but
also at the same time, that's spending 5 or 6 bombs, and that's half our supply.
it's 4 actually, and you can save scum them if there's nothing on there. So you could do something like make it Dampé hour, go back in, save, get the stuff. If there's nothing in there, then save scum to choose and play Nocturne to do Dampé. Would actually be a valid play in my opinion. I mean, it's Way of the Hero. You never know if there's another item on there that's important.
All right, fellow on the roof providing us a.
Yeah, Hellnet is going for it, by the way.
Okay, let's see. Let's see if Aeronaut just totally kind of screwed himself.
Fellow on roof had Deckage to capacity upgrade, and we found the second well hint.
I mean, with how much money and they have access to and the wallet, they can easily buy new bombs. That's a regular Poe bottle.
There's the second
Duplicate Ocarina of Time.
Heart container.
Okay, so there was.
So, I guess while we're here, should we consider the Medigoron hint stone? I see Hell Knight is passing on it.
Yeah, I don't usually do it myself, but I know.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have
buy it.
strength. You don't have many bombs. I think it would just take too much time and waste too much of your resource. If you have the hammer and you're there, then that's the best time to check it, I think.
That is fair.
And
Hey!
skipping all the Death Mountain Trail stuff because we know that that's foolish.
Yep. That Mountain Trail is actually a pretty okay location to be foolish.
Was that duplicate prizes on Bombshoe Bowling?
I was not looking.
I was also not looking. Oh yeah, yeah. Market is way of the hero, but we already found Inspire, so the only two checks it could still be is Lens minigame or
Big pose.
Big Pose, yeah. Yeah, Aeronaut filling the 200 wallet to the brim. That's actually pretty handy. To have the wallet before getting a golden rupee. You don't have to throw any money on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, Hellnet is going for chickens. Sorry.
I was about to say the same thing. It's all good, DDX.
Okay. Just call me Devin, it's easier.
Yeah, this is a very long child 1 seed so far.
Yeah. I mean, we have been over half an hour in. Looks like Aeronaut is finally going to the market.
I am not used to these long child opening seeds. It's kind of refreshing, actually.
Yeah, a lot of people for a while, like early adult was the meta, and that like it was child, and then it was early adult, and then it was child again, and it keeps changing. But there's not a lot of people who do early adult anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the stuff that you start out with, right?
Yeah,
And
I
also, it's
tend to
like.
do- I tend to do early adult if I can't do early Deku, just because time of day.
Yeah.
I really struggle with that South Hyrule route myself personally, just getting the time of day, and I can't do Cat Chain. So if I'm doing a seed and I don't get Deku, like the ability to do Deku, I just go straight adult so that I can set my time of day.
Hey, we have some new checks going on. Zeph in Zora's River.
That will be interesting to see.
And bean buying. Interesting decision. Feels a little soon because we don't know about all the locations, but there we go. Oh, and it was just for the beans.
Yeah, I mean, grabbing beans early is, and grabbing enough beans early on is a pretty good thing to do, actually, because if you later discover that you have to get beans for something and you don't have them yet, then you have to backtrack to get them, and that's really, really slow. Yeah, there's actually two things that I always forget in seeds. That's stocking up on beans as soon as I can, and also Child Garden City. For some reason, that area entirely slips my mind every time.
Also, chickens is just for a piece of heart.
Yeah, so all the chicken haters.
Wow, I'm so surprised that chickens has nothing of actual value. What a shocking event.
Re-Dead Grotto, meanwhile,
Oh,
Has
a
a bow! Wow, that's really nice.
yeah, and Hell Knight's the only one who checked that, which surprises me given
Yeah.
everybody has bombs now.
Everybody has bow, and Aeronaut just left CAG, so maybe they forgot to check it, or maybe they're going to adult and check it there, which is fine.
Most of the time, whenever the few times I have played this, once you become an adult, you generally go to CAC anyway. You'll have, permanent sword. You're gonna check Guru the Windmill Fellow, get Anju's adult item. It's okay right now that none of the other runners have a bow. I'm not too concerned.
Yeah, it makes sense. So Poonswag saying they like to see someone turn in the letter early. The problem with that is you could do it, but it's not in logic, so you would like need to do the chicken jump out of logic into Zora's domain to actually do it, which could actually be an okay-ish play, but we still don't have enough information to, to confirm that we actually need it. I mean, Way of the Hero with letter is a very strong hint in that direction.
I mean, given the fact that we know our 2 stones are Spirit Temple and DC, we know that Jabu's required. But without the Rang, it's kind of like, do you really want to go there right now? No, because getting to Jabu is annoying. And having to go back, like, unless you have Ferror, it really is not good to go to Jabu without the boomerang.
Yeah, the best moment to get Feror's Wind actually is before you make your first climb up with as a child up to Zora's Domain. Because if you get it after that, then that's like one of the best, if not the best, way to save a lot of time with one Feror's Wind cast.
Yep.
Aeronaut has a Kuko prepared.
I mean, he's probably going to be doing...
Looks like Hai is going for the spinning pot play with Inspire. Sorry to interrupt you, but that was worth pointing out.
Oh, that's great. I don't know if y'all saw that on Zeph's screen. Finding grottos is hard. Honestly, I don't disagree with that at all.
I mean, that's one of the hardest grottos to find, so...
Yeah, that one's really annoying, because the butterflies actually don't line up with it. They're like a little bit off-kilter. So, it's... You kind of expect it to be underneath the butterflies, but it's not.
Alright, Zeph has now seen Greg. I think only one runner needs to. Well, not needs to, but you get the point. And...
Oh! 50th! We have a Stacy! That's insane.
Goodness.
So if Jabu is actually required, which it really seems like, then this is gonna be a long seed.
And,
yeah, it looks. Where was the hint again? It was in Zora's River,
River
right?
Grotto, which, by the way, also has our first strength.
Wow. Well, that's Forest Temple. Once he gets the hookshot in Graveyard Way, the hero. Yeah, that's that magic meter.
I think so.
It's. Yeah, maybe it would be a good idea to check if anyone is forfeited yet, because this is really something.
Oh.
I mean, there's
Skull Mask Seed with Sun Song required and 50 Skull Boomerang.
Yeah,
is
that's
fucking tastic.
Yeah, we are in for a treat. So if I was playing this, I would be really unhappy right now. But as a commentator, I think it's an amazing seed.
Now I just have to wonder. Eponas for 1500 archery for light arrows.
Oh yeah, it could still be a dungeon seed on top of that.
Oh, but let's make sure that it's not known that it's all done until they get Ganon.
That's what I'm expecting.
They have to get the hints.
Yep. Yeah, so this is a surprise.
But honestly, it's not. It's still relatively early in the seed. Like, getting 50 skulls, you know that you're not going to do job early. You know, clearly you're not going to be doing job early. But now they know, Arnott's going to know, okay, I need to focus and prioritize skulls. And now he's going to eventually, when he goes adult, he's going to get his bow and his hookshot. He's going to get he's going to get his hookshot, hopefully, before he goes adult. He'll go to Forest Temple. There's 5 skulls there. There's a few skulls on the way. There's a bunch of skulls that you could get. As long as there's nothing actually in Jabu that they need to progress further through the seed, or Jabu isn't locking, I don't know, Song of Storms for whatever reason, because, you know, we know that Wells Way, the hero, then they probably can organically kind of get the skulls as they go, instead of, like, really having to go out of their way for them.
So the problem...
Plus, they got Sunflower, which is going to be super easy.
Yep. I totally agree with you on that.
I just have to see what these medallions are right now.
Yeah, let's hope Zeph is going adult now. Also, Aeronaut is checking Zora's Domain out of logic, which is a decent play, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you're here. You might as well.
Imagine Feror's Wind being here. That would be really nice. Like, that would be actually the best time to get it.
Yeah.
Alright, Hell Knight checking out the Boulder of Destiny.
Well, that's a first. I think we haven't seen that yet.
I haven't noticed it.
No, I don't think anybody's done it yet. That's the second Shadow Foolish hint.
In Hyrule Field.
It's just
And-
a bomb refill, but it's
Oh,
bomb refills are good.
we have 2 runners going for adult right now. Zeph
Finally.
and I.
Finally.
Okay, please give us a look at the pedestal. Oh, they have to go adult first. Why am I being dumb?
Yep.
This seed is messing with all of our minds.
I know, my brain
Okay.
is...
By the way, the diving minigame didn't have anything but a huge pile of cash.
All right.
Wait, did Aaron not check the chest?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's important. No! Where are they going?
Oh my
No
God.
one,
Yo,
please, just
Freaking pedestal!
no one is checking it. Oh, I actually baited us into thinking.
I do not
Wait,
believe
wait a
this.
minute. I haven't checked that
Water
yet.
is the medallion.
That's Light Medallion.
Okay, they're taking the time to write it down. Jabu.
Jabu!
Oh wait.
And Shadow!
Jabu is actually the forest medallion, which hard locks 2 songs,
Oh,
and
my
it's
God,
locked
okay.
behind 50 skulls at this point.
So
Like,
the
this
thing
is
that
insane.
the
This is
thing
literally
that I
insane.
said about like Jabu not necessarily locking anything, scratch all of that because it possibly. Okay, so where's Song of Storms, guys? Is it on Prelude?
also, it was a big Poe on the archway. Zeph just picked it up.
What Poe was it?
Big
The
Poe.
big
The big
Poe.
Poe. Okay, it could be in logic, right?
That
Because
is
the
in
big
logic,
Poe,
yeah.
yeah, I mean it's considered in logic, not like the blue fire which you could waste. The big Poe you actually cannot waste, so it would actually be logically required to use that to get the prize and market, which is actually the way of the hero. Most
Right.
likely for Dins, because Shadow Temper is required, which we know now.
So just want to respond to Ryu. We already know that Burning Cack is Song of Time. The only way that you could really screw us out of that way, the hero, is if it's if Song of Storms is on Prelude.
Yeah. Or yeah, true. That's
Oh,
like
also, final wallet's been found.
where was it?
That was the waterfall item. I missed it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And a Bloopy on Big Pose.
Okay, Hell Knight picking up the hookshot now. Preparing
can't-
for an
I-
adult section, I guess.
I can't imagine anybody missing one of your seeds, Trent. I really can't. Look at this bullshit.
Yeah, but if this is
Dampe,
AD, then this is like the dumb seed I've seen in a month, and I've seen many dumb seeds this month.
I've called dumb seeds before, and this is already shaping up to potentially top it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, everyone. Just thank you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna guess that ZL is probably gonna be on Minuet. That seems to be one of the most likely locations for it to be at this point. It can't be in Ice, it can't be on Prelude, and it can't be on Burning Cack because those are locked by ZL unless we get a scale, which we haven't seen yet. So, that's where I'm gonna kind of go ahead and assume that ZL might be. Could be, yeah, it could be in Crater too.
Ooh.
That's the lens.
Lens of truth at cows. But you know what? I'm gonna say Minuet is at Temple of Time, which means the scale is somewhere.
Delilah the command.
Oh, and Windmill giving us Prelude of Light.
Yeah, that's not a song that you want to see at this point. You want to see a really powerful song
Yeah.
like Minuet or Zelda's Lullaby. Yeah.
Or even Song of Storms right now.
Yeah, Song of Storms would be huge, actually. Like, I mean, not so much without Zelda's Lullaby. It's a few checks you're missing, but it's still pretty good.
Dummy stick. Oh my
Yeah, so,
god, you
so
guys.
it seems the powerful songs like more clogged into the later part of the seed. And also, they're
Okay.
picking up double magic from Adult Kakariko Village from the shooting minigame.
Okay, so is the magic meter then in the graveyard not Way the Hero?
I think the magic meter in Graveyard is Way the Hero because technically you needed bombs to get the bow, and bombs were in Spirit Temple. I know I'm missing a step or two, but I genuinely think first magic was intended at,
Wait, did
at
we miss
Graveyard.
Strength 1 actually?
I said it, but it was missed in the excitement because the same spot where we learned that 50 Skulls was the boomerang,
Oh.
that's where
Yeah.
Strength 1 was.
Oh yeah, I totally missed that. Yeah, I mean, the 50 skull
Yeah.
hint at this point just outweighs finding strength.
Yeah, I think the magic, in order for the magic to not be to be magic locked, so I think that neither one of them is Way the Hero, which means that the Way the Hero in the graveyard is probably going to be the song or whatever's on the composer grave. So as soon as we get ZL, then maybe we'll be able to find out.
Yeah, I think both magics
hate
were
this.
obtainable at the same time.
I hate spirit logic. I just want to point that out.
Yeah, I
And
think you're not the
we're
only
just
one.
we're discounting the point that there could be like the other two bows could be somewhere rather accessible.
Oh yeah, the bow could be with the hero for graveyard, maybe.
Well, the bow wasn't in graveyard. The bow was in.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. Okay, sorry. Just starting to mix things up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aeronaut being smart and using a bottle of bugs to. Yeah, as soon as you get that 50 hint, you know that you have to cash in. If you have to either get another bottle or cash in the letter immediately because you need that free bottle to get the skulls
Yeah.
that are locked behind bugs.
Yeah, and bug skulls are really good to get. They're just
Yeah.
they're pretty much everywhere. They're right
Also,
all
good thing that no one has actually gone to Gerudo Valley yet as a child, because you can. Now is the perfect time. If you have a bottle of bugs, then it's the perfect time to actually route it in somehow, because you don't have to. You can just grab a free skull on the way.
Yeah.
You're right. I haven't seen anyone go there yet, and this is
Yep.
actually.
People don't really go there early.
Yeah, not anymore at least.
Okay.
I think it's still a very good location.
I have
Yeah, I
missed.
mean, I like going it. I like going there. A for the hint and just like for quick access to the lake. So
Yeah, I mean you want to at some point maybe you want to set up the Scarecrow song anyway. I
have
like to
missed
get that
a
out
lot
of the way.
meta apparently. Anyway, here's Dodongo's Cavern.
which
Yeah.
is a stone, but I don't disagree with this play at this point. You know you
Yeah.
have to well, I don't know if High knows that he needs to get 50 skulls, but there are skulls here. The checks are easy, you have the bomb bag, it's in logic. So
Yes. Yeah, it's a few very quick checks. Oh, was that Gerudo Fortress?
Gerudo's Fortress.
Oh no! So it's not hard AD for horseback archery.
rip the dream.
Well,
Everybody's hearts are broken now. Anakin, you're breaking my heart.
I mean, it
you
could.
were the chosen one.
It. Oh
Second
wait,
strength.
strength 2 on Link the Goron.
Both rolling Gorons providing value today. What is this?
It's crazy. So the only way this could still be an AD seed is if GTG has both hover boots and the long shot.
Yep.
That's the only way this can be AD.
I mean, hard required AD, because if it is, it could still be logical AD, but...
Oh yeah,
if we
just long
find-
shot.
If we find long shot,
Yeah,
at
I was
all.
thinking about the desert. Oh, Minuet on Bolero. That's actually a nice song.
oh yeah.
Minuet is actually my favorite song in the game. Because it's a warp song that's pretty handy, and it also, it's like you can use it to get logical access to forest. You can use it as a budget bolero if you need to, and also it's a song that unlocks 2 songs actually if you get it early. That's
ZL, ZL can only be on Prelude if we find a scale. So yes, it could be, but we need to find a scale somewhere first in order for
I mean,
them
there's
to have
the two
actual
scales
out of
left to
access.
find.
Yeah. Bow was not magic locked, it was bomb locked.
Yep. Okay, Zeph clearing up the Deathmont crater.
I do
area.
love these logical clusterfuck seeds, though. They're kind of fun to call. Like, when you know what the hell the seed wants from you,
Yeah.
they're definitely interesting to speculate on, that's for sure.
Yeah, especially if you're not on the clock. Like if you're not racing yourself but watching, then
Yeah.
it's really fun to figure stuff out and talk about it and discuss things. That's
Yeah,
really funny.
'cause
Also, we
when
have
you're-
seen
when you're-
Bolero in Sacred Forest Meadow, so those songs just swap places.
Hey, at least it's easy transport. So, welcome to
Yeah.
Forest Temple, everyone.
Looks like ZL is definitely going to be on Prelude.
Yeah, so Forest Temple is entirely in logic now, and it's also required, and it has 5 skulls for free. So
Yeah, well,
that's
Zeph-
actually a pretty good play right now.
Zeph doesn't have the bow yet, though. He didn't get it. So he won't
Zeph has the bow.
Oh!
Does he?
Look at the C buttons.
Oh, I'm being dumb. He didn't mark it on his tracker, and that's what I was looking at.
So what, Wolfman? What was the hype about? What just happened?
Hi, got a nice trap. So I was going fool!
Could it be that you're ahead?
ZL is Zelda's Lullaby.
I will just quickly refresh my page.
I admit I do have a fast internet connection that may be affecting things. For that, I apologize.
Yeah, that's I don't have a fast one.
So, we don't know where Zelda's Lullaby is right now. We still don't know where Storms is, and the only other one left is Serenade.
Yeah, we're missing 2 very important songs.
Yeah.
Wait, did we get a hint for ZL on Prelude?
No, we didn't.
Prelude was found on the
Because
wind.
Temple of Time in our spreadsheet is marked as ZL, but
I did not put that there.
No, I didn't put that there either.
I mean, Ice Cavern. Yeah, oh yeah, true. Ice Cavern and Composer's Grave are both locked by ZL. So the only place that ZL can be is Temple of Time, which is locked by
Right.
Jabu, which is locked by 50 skulls.
So
Yep.
we need
I
a
didn't-
scale.
I didn't think of that. Thank you, Star.
So they won't be able to go. They'll be able to go to Shadow Temple. They won't be able to complete it, but they could get some skulls there if they really wanted
They
to.
could have did it. They
But
could even open the shortcut.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just about to say. They could open
I'm
the
sorry.
shortcut or do the or do
Fire
the-
arrows. Those are useless. Yeah, Aeronaut picking up a skull that is not seen very often.
Considering what we're dealing with, we need all the skulls we can get.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Why am I so happy about this? I'm like generally really happy right now. And if I was playing this, I'd probably not be that happy, but I'm enjoying myself, and this is a treat for this Sunday afternoon or morning. Depends where you live. Also, happy 1 hour, everyone.
Woo!
Happy for who?
Well, for me at least.
Fair enough.
Oh, Link the Goron being an asshole as usual.
Yeah.
And let's see. Okay, I did not see High finish the Dongo's Cavern, but it looks like Hell Knight will.
Oh, another ice trap in Forest Temple. That's all 2 already.
Fool! Yes.
See, like, this is the kind of seed where, like, I actually like skull seeds. I know that I'm weird, but I do like skull seeds. I think skull routing is really interesting. But
Yeah, I don't
know
mind
some
skulls that
people
much.
disagree with that, so.
I actually
I'm not a-
don't mind skulls. Oh, go ahead, please.
I'm not opposed because, again, I rarely run this, so... I'm just here for the ride.
And boy, are you in for a treat.
Alright, above the Dongo has nothing important, so, let's actually fight the big dinosaur.
Yeah, actually, Trent is right. The worst possible light arrows location would be Twin Rova, since Spirit is a stone, and you don't want to have to do Twin Rova at all if you can possibly help it.
Also, thank you, Romer21XX, for gifting 2 subs to the Zelda Speedruns community. So yeah, we have 2 strength, and as Chad is saying, if we find the magic mirror, we can take out Twin Rova.
Is that the condom on top of the volcano?
I could not tell.
I know it's blue. It's not a hook shot for
I
Cubs.
thought it was a piece of art, but I only saw it for a frame in the corner of my eye, so I'm not entirely sure. At least it was something clear on the outside, I think.
Yeah, I'm never gonna let Cubs forget that he saw Neighbor's Love when it was actually our hook shot.
Yeah.
I will never let him forget that. No,
Hey.
he's not. Not ever living that down. You're right, Star.
Look, seeing things as one thing when they're actually a second, it's happened before. I hope I am forgiven for mentioning this, but a few months ago, we had a special crowd control race where there was confusion regarding one item in the Tektite Grotto. Some of us felt it was one item, some of us felt it was another, and that ended up determining who won the seed.
I remember one seed where there was one of the 3 magic spells on the archer in the desert, and no one, like, I went back and tried and clipped it and looked at it for like solid 5 minutes to figure out which one it was, but I couldn't. Because it's just so hard to see.
I think the worst for me, and this was just when ice traps were still freestanding like major items.
Oh yeah.
It is there was Din's Fire on the Colossus Arch. And so I routed that in immediately to go get it. That was like one of my like 2 go mode items I had left.
And it was
an ice trap.
Oh no.
I was so mad. I don't think I've ever been so
I
mad
am
at
so happy
Randomizer.
that they removed it. Like, I feel you on that part.
Oh, there was another! Oh my gosh, there's 3 ice traps already.
Wow.
I didn't even catch that one in the lobby.
Hell Knight getting his strength upgrade. So he's going to run into the Colossus. He's going to get Minuet and probably go straight to Forest, just like everybody else. Aeronaut's going to pick up his bow.
And now Zeph has to go all the way to the back of Forest and take care of the Poe sisters.
I don't know. Nobody's blaming anybody for forfeiting on a seed like this. I don't judge people if they need to forfeit or if they're just forfeiting because they're not having fun. Like, you got to do what's best for you.
Yeah, the best skill you can have in this game is actually know when to stop.
Yeah, I mean that's why I'm kind of on a hiatus right now. I've been really salty at Randomizer. I need to just, for my mental health, I need to just kind of not play for a little bit. So.
Yeah, that's fair.
There's a reason why I rarely play. I mean, there may be fewer locations to check compared to Link to the Past, at least based off of the standard rule set that we're playing under, but goodness, you have to travel a lot farther to get those items.
Yeah, that's basically based. That's basically because it's a 3D game, so it's like a lot more stretched out.
I don't know if that was an intentional lava dive by Hell Knight there.
Oh, that's
Second
the
hook
long
shot. The
shot.
long okay, so the all dungeons dream just died, I believe.
Yep, it did.
Yeah. The long shot is indeed in.
Where's Bobby?
Forest Temple, Red Poe.
Bobby hates when Longshot is in Forest Temple. Where's Bobby at? I don't know. Let me check the list. I doubt it though, because I don't think he usually races early.
And while you're on it, you can check if there's any forfeits already. If that
Nope.
wasn't.
No
no.
force yet.
Okay,
Okay,
so-
and I don't see Falcon on here either.
So at
I
this
don't-
point, you're either committed to go through with the 50 skulls, or you just haven't seen the hint yet.
Why
Yeah, I
is
think Bobby's probably sleeping.
why is Hell Knight in fire right now?
I have no idea. Maybe just
mean,
going for some information.
Yeah, I mean it is a medallion, so
Yeah, it's progression what Hellnet is doing right now.
you can get
Just
like,
check how far you can get in fire. You have to do
Yeah.
it anyway, you can warp there easily with Bolero, so...
Yeah.
Oh wait, Hellnet does not have Bolero yet, but they have Minuet, which will give them access to Bolero.
Yeah, so actually this isn't terrible because right
Yep.
now he doesn't know where Bolero is, so he's thinking, well, let me do as much of this I can. If I get lucky and get the hammer here, then I can finish this out and I don't have to worry about coming back. So
Yep.
I can see that making sense.
I totally agree with you on that.
There's
Okay, Aaron picking up strength 2. I think he's the only one having 2 strength upgrades at the moment.
That is correct.
So what's that going to do for his routing?
Oh, we are about to see the Medi-Goron hint.
Oh yeah, that's a new one. I think we're still missing 3...
Three
sometimes
sometimes,
hints.
yes.
Yeah, that's everything we're missing. Okay, we already knew that.
Yep.
And okay, that was nice maneuvering by Hell Knight to bypass needing the Song of Time to get a skull.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
basically free now. If you happen to know this trick, then it's just a quick scar.
Yeah,
As long as the like does not troll you.
which it looks like it's going to.
Yeah, it's really in the way.
Also, we found our way all 5 Way the Hero locations, just so it's clear. Well, Goron City Spirit Market Graveyard, we just don't necessarily know what the actual Way the Hero items for Graveyard and Well are.
Yeah, we have yet to find something in... Yeah, well, we haven't seen it all yet, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Also, Graveyard, we have seen a magic. It was magic, right?
Yeah, it was magic, but it's
The other
probably
magic
not
was
Way the
already
Hero.
available.
Yeah.
Yeah, magic locations, for the record, were Sunsong Grave and Adult Shooting Gallery.
So if this is a key, then Hell Knight can continue in this dungeon. If it's not, then he
Well,
needs the hammer.
Okay, it's a Zora tunic. At this point, I would have hoped for an item instead of a key, because without the hammer, I don't really want to go farther into this.
Right. Yeah, like if you go this far into Fire Temple, well, I guess I keep going. I mean, Shadow has to be done. It's a medallion.
Yeah, so the L is somewhere behind, is blocked behind 50 skulls.
Ew.
So I really wonder how this is going to unfold.
I mean, I can't see a Shadow Temple dip since we know it's foolish. They're gonna do Shadow Temple is gonna be. They're gonna do that. Last.
Oh yeah, they could, but
Yeah.
it's useless.
Yeah.
It's basically useless. Like, Shadows will maybe be the last dungeon they ever do.
The
Yeah.
only way Shadow Temple is not useless is if the Zelda's cutscene ends up having light arrows.
Right, but I mean, they're gonna do that anyway. So.
Yep.
Because like if Shadow is your last dungeon and you finish and you work the Temple of Time, you're going up to Ganon to get the hint for light arrows anyway. So if you get them at lax, it's like it's free.
Yeah, vanilla light arrows would actually be really funny. Like this would be the sugar on top of the seed, basically.
Yeah.
Like
No, we have not found the light arrows yet.
Yeah, like the seed is randomized into oblivion, but the one thing is vanilla that you can. That's like the only guaranteed thing that you get hinted at. That's where you know where the hint is. So the only thing that's basically free, and then it's just vanilla. To just
Oh, and of course, boss key is at the basement.
Of course. I mean, you were gonna do this anyway for the skull,
Yeah,
so it's not like the worst thing ever.
Now, where is Aeronaut going?
Also, we see 3 people in forest at the moment, so that's very close to the legendary quad forest. Aeronaut collecting more skulls.
Yeah, I don't.
I think it would make sense for Aeronaut to go to forest soon.
Oh, here we go. We're gonna have quad forest.
Yep, that's the quad forest. Like, yeah, that's a pretty close one actually, because Zephyr's almost done. I mean, forest is indeed the best play that you can make with the current item set.
No! Go back in! Go back in!
He's just getting the skull.
I know, but I want to see the quad forest.
Yeah, I think you will. I think you will. There's. Oh no, where maybe there's not enough time.
It depends.
Oh no, we're not gonna see it.
Yeah, he's gonna get the other skull in Lost Woods. It looks like.
I mean,
Yeah,
you can do it.
I mean,
You can do it in either order because.
With it being nighttime, it makes a lot of sense for him to get this skull here because when you finish Forest Temple, you outside the Deku Tree, so it's not going to be convenient to come back and get that skull.
Oh, Zeph almost missed the 2 cycle barely missed the 2 cycle, and that would have given Aeronaut the opportunity to catch up because, well, firecrackers are a thing. Like that special attack that Phantom Ganon does when he's 1 crouch step away from dying.
Ooh, are not dealing with this skull. This is not a fun skull to get.
I think with the there's actually a setup for that. You can kill. Oh, we don't have bomb shoes, right? We have actually not seen any bomb shoes. You can kill bomb shoe, then do 2 backflips, and then use your hookshot to get it. Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot easier once you get it to get the.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep.
Or do you need the you don't need the long shot for that, right? You can get it with the hookshot.
There you go.
Yeah, 2 backflips is actually the perfect spot to pick that up.
And here I was always just eyeballing it.
I mean, if it works for you.
Not really. I just didn't know the setup, that's all. So Zeph is gonna show us what's on 20. We haven't seen that yet.
Light arrow! Okay,
Well,
that's
something that we don't need to worry about anymore.
And they're gonna just automatically get those for the right.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna miss that.
Yeah, no one's going to miss light arrows at this point.
all right. So light arrows are easy in comparison.
Yeah. Also, with light arrows being not being required until the very end of the game, you can just pick it up whenever. Like, you don't need to check every 10 skulls in there. Just check everything when you get 50. But you still don't know. Well, everything else was hinted at. 30, 40 were hinted at, yeah.
30, 40 were hinted. They're gone. Yeah, we have our always hints covered at this point. We're just missing 3 sometimes.
Yeah.
We're still missing 3 sometimes for like... We have been missing them for like half an hour now.
And there are only 10 gossip stones left.
So we need a scale in order for Jabu access. So what are our Way of the Heroes still? We have Graveyard. Graveyard Way of the Heroes probably going to be Song of Storms at this point because we know that ZL is at Prelude. So we're going to just go ahead and assume that Song of Storms is going to be in the Graveyard. We have Goron City Way of the Hero. We found a strength upgrade and Rudos Letter there.
Oh yeah, the strength upgrade, of course.
Yeah. We've got. I'm trying to think. So we have Market Way the Hero, which Inspire. We have the Bombag and Spirit.
Yep.
So, but Spirit Temple very well could have our scale. So since we know that Zelda's Lullaby is behind Jabu, the scale won't be in the well. So whatever's in the well is probably going to be the hammer. Just looking at what we already have and we have left to find, the well is probably going to be the hammer. Which means that this is going to be one of those seeds where, like, everything is locked behind 50 skulls. No, it's not AD at all. We've confirmed that Epona's is not useful for anything.
So, okay, Ravage Song. Oh,
Yeah, we already knew that Burning Keg was sometime.
Yeah. I stand
Okay.
by my statement, Trent.
I do not believe Zeph skipped the Zor's River Grotto. Yeah, Zeph definitely didn't.
No, he's got strength too, so yeah. I mean, we're running out of required items that could be on Twin River. I mean, yeah, the well could have... I mean, the well really can't have anything, I think, at this point. The well couldn't have Mirror Shield for something beyond Twin Robo, because then the only thing that could really be on Twin Robo would be, like, the hammer. I don't know. I think that the well is probably gonna have your hammer.
I'm just now gonna wait for Well to have Mirror Shield, just to, you know.
I mean, I've been wrong before. I'm usually wrong, which is why I end up doing so poorly in the... So... It's a lot easier to think through the logic, though, when you're not playing.
Yeah, that's I 100% agree with you on that.
I mean, it does help that we can collaborate with each other in order to help figure things out. That, and we have all a chat here. Thank you, by the way, for your continued support. Alright, we are going to see Adult Spirit Temple.
Toxic with the fucking frozen meme. Nice.
What?
Because Titus said, do you want to have a fetch quest? Toxic goes, it doesn't have to be a fetch quest. Okay, bye.
It has been a long time since I've heard a variation of that.
I actually never heard it at all.
Actually, in that case, my condolences for ruining it for you.
I mean, it's a good movie. It's, you know, people like to talk people like to meme on stuff that's popular, but it's actually really quite good. I have not seen the second one yet, though, because I was super broke when Frozen 2 came out. So I
actually
didn't go see
saw
it.
the first one, but I was kind of pushed into it. I can't say it was bad per se, but well, I'm usually not into those movies, and also I watched it in German. That's why I probably missed the meme.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Hovers.
Yeah, I forgot about those being a thing that we needed.
Hovers in.
Hovers in Adult Spirit Temple Boulder Silvers when you want the hovers for that room. Rude game. Rude.
Yeah, that's true. So that's possibly a way of the hero for Spirit Temple as well.
And and Zeph just wants to get Shadow Temple done and over with. While did I miss?
Can't. No zeal.
I mean, doing Shadow now gives you a little time to think ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's probably just going to get some skulls, which I don't really blame him for. You can also
wait. He's bailing. Never mind.
High is bailing, which makes sense. No hovers. But Zeph, you're right. Skulls are there.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about boots. That's I was looking at this tracker and like the boots are in a separate like location on like from where and I was like, oh, there's only a couple things we need. No, the boots are down there, and I was like confused.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to list everything from top to bottom. I thought it would make sense to have like some subcategories on this.
No, I get it. It makes sense. And just like the way that my brain is parsing it, I like wasn't looking down that far, so
Yeah,
I missed it completely.
Yeah, it's just a matter of getting used to it, actually. But I'm still not trained enough in my own sheet to actually look down there. I'm slowly getting used to it.
I mean, I regularly forget about hover boots too when I have to do Spirit Temple, just because I'm like, they're in like a different part on my track, like on a tracker even. They're like off to the side for me. So.
To clarify some questions from chat, we haven't found the silver scale yet. And yeah, we did recently find hovers in Adult Spirit Boulder Silver Room.
Yeah, I mean, you would think immediately that would be a huge like sign saying go Shadow, but the thing is Shadow's foolish, so they're not going to find a scale there. They basically at this point, if you're doing
true.
Shadow, you're doing it for scale, or for not scale, for skulls. That's it. Maybe just to kind of formulate your thoughts, or maybe open up the shortcut so that you can go mode it that much quicker when you get to the end.
If you have to, like, if you open up the shortcut and use it later, then you're guaranteed to lose time over everyone who's like doing Shadow Temple one go.
That's true.
So I mean, if you really need a breather, it's very good to just get it out of the way, at least the first half. But
and of course, you know, getting the Skulltulas, you know, it helps.
Oh yeah, true.
Okay, Zeph's just bailing there. Just wanted to open up that. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. Also,
and it may just be that he just now remembered that Shadow was foolish and be like, oh shit, what am I doing here? Because I'll do that sometimes too.
Yeah, Zeph remembered.
Oh, there you go.
Also, because they have a long shot, they can even get the skull by the boat. Like, open up the shortcut, get the skull there, and then bail out.
Yeah.
That would actually make sense. It could even logically be required. I don't know how many skulls are in logic now.
Yeah.
But I think out of the game, I mean, there are 100 skulls in the game. And if you need 50, that means you can skip another 50, which is actually... Yeah, it's...
Yeah, I don't pay strict attention to what skulls are in logic or not logic. I play by the rule, if I can get it, I will get it. You know, like whether it's in logic or at least with Skulltulas. With other things, I'll be a little bit more cautious about it because it might lead you down a rabbit hole, but Skulltulas are not one of those things.
Yeah, Shawnee pointing out that if it was 45 skulls or less that are in logic right now, then Shadow would be logically required to get the boomerang. Which is kind of dumb if you think about it, because Shadow is a stone. Shadow is barren.
Oh, we found the second market hint. That is the remote grotto in Hyrule Field.
Shawnee, I think that was just like a language thing, because I know in German they say like the second number first. So like where we would say 54, they say.
Oh,
4.
did I mix it up? Oh,
yeah,
shit.
yeah. That's and I think that's just like a natural.
Sometimes it just happens. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I got it. I understood what you, because I lived in Germany for about a year and a half, so I.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was in the army, so I don't speak German like at all, but I know a little bit.
And I visited Germany for about a week and 2 days for work-related reasons. This was pre-pandemic, for the record.
Yeah. Yeah. Who else has not gone anywhere in 3?
Hey, I don't know when this will eventually be exported for other people to watch, and so I want to provide some context so that people don't assume I'm an idiot. Oh wait,
Right.
people assume I'm an idiot anyway.
And thanks for giving those bits to Xeosaur, Bleeding Hearts. Appreciate.
Oh, Zeph is getting some scars in Talanga's Cavern.
Yeah, I mess up languages too. Particularly, I took French in school and then I go, so I had to learn Spanish, and like I'll get Spanish and French confused a lot. But
Okay.
I forgot a lot of French over the years. It's been 22 years now, so.
Okay, Shawnee, people assume I'm an idiot that likes to have fun dancing in a chair. Fine. Happy?
I mean, people. I also assumed that you were dead because I call you Dan, so. Which is why I wish you Happy Father's Day when you came by my stream last week.
I am not a father. I doubt I will be.
I mean, just because you do a lot of dad jokes does not actually make you a father. But it's a good training, I guess.
Anyway, Hai is now in Gerudo Fortress, probably here just to get the Gerudo card.
Yeah. Obviously we know Fortress is foolish, so
Yes.
if anything, he's gonna go to GTG.
Yeah, GTG actually making sense if you have 2 strength upgrades. Also, it would be a little better if you had Song of Time, which is actually locked by Jabu.
Yeah.
So
We already learned that the toilet's dead, so Song of Time isn't gonna help us much.
yeah, maybe
Well,
maybe for key logic, like
It's a little bit faster actually to play Song of Time and go right side in GTG than it is to go around full left circle way.
yeah. Also, if there's an item, if there's a key in GTG, where okay, transporting at key logic won't matter. So why is that?
Probably because toilet is not a key, and we know that it's dead, so all the keys should be reasonably accessible. Or because of, I don't know.
I mean, there
Not
could
sure.
still be an item on this on the final chest.
Yeah.
Iron Boots is the only thing that could be deep locked in here.
Oh, never
You mean
mind.
like those?
Yeah, I think that Hai should like bail and just go to Water Temple right now. Water Temple has skulls and GTG doesn't. I don't know that I would stay here.
Wait,
Oh,
where were Iron Boots? I missed them. I completely missed them.
GTG lobby. They literally just appeared after you spoke of them.
yeah.
That's the second time this seed that I.
Okay, now I can safely say the hammer is going to be in bottom of well. We also need the scale, yeah. We need the scale so that they can actually logically access Jabu.
So I think we can like assume now which items we have the hero in bottom of the well.
Yeah.
That should be the hammer, right?
Yeah, it has. It can't be the scale because bottom.
Because
well
you
is
need the
locked
scale to
behind
get
Jabu.
there.
Yeah, yeah. So
It could be Magic
No.
Mirror to have Twin Rova give us the first scale.
yeah, it has. We already have the light arrows, Ryukane. So. Ooh woo! Everyone is cute. So apparently Hai does not know about 50 Monka S. Extremely Monka.
Mirror Shield. Sorry. I have juggled multiple randos in my head lately.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need a break between stuff, and it's like the length of the break also varies between the instances. I had a day where I played 2 Scrubs daily races, and I had 1 hour break in between, and that was enough. And one day I had commentated on 2 races, which with about an hour in between, and I was missing things up all the time on the second one. So
Yeah,
sometimes just your brain has.
I've learned that it's best for me and my brain to not do more rando a day.
What's actually funny is I haven't done much Link to the Past commentary lately, so the fact that I still mess that up is just.
I mean, I think it's similar to the language conversation that we were talking about how sometimes we mess up our languages because you just get confused between them. So that it's probably the same thing. You know, you mess up your randomizer the same way that I mess up French and Spanish sometimes.
Fair point.
Yeah. I mean, when I played to both of those seeds in one day, I felt like my execution has really improved from on the second one because I was warmed up already.
And what doesn't help me is I have now found another game that is a roguelike, but is basically built like a rando, and so if I ever play multiple seeds effectively of that game, I sometimes mix up how things go.
Yeah, that's just the nature of anything that's randomized, I think. And there's a limit to how much randomness your brain can handle.
I
The
think
specific
Zeph is the only one who has finished DC. No,
No.
Hell Knight did, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice vanilla heart container there. The bomb bag was in Child Spirit Climb.
Yep.
Also, with key logic being what it is, I'm just realizing like that key that Hai just got is not in logic because there's no hammer because they don't have the hammer.
Yep.
So
That is correct.
deep GTG is unlikely to really yield anything.
So I'm just trying to think logically about. Do we know what's in Tektite Grotto?
We haven't seen it yet, no.
I mean, it is now in logic with the iron boots that we found.
Yeah. Hi, what are you doing?
Beamos can be annoying.
Maybe get some intentional damage, but that would be like.
I'm like wondering if he didn't realize that you can just drop the bomb at the base of the Beamo instead of yeeting it at it.
Yeah, that's.
Because like he stepped back to throw it instead of just dropping it, which I don't understand. Oh, or he might want to check the valley. That actually makes sense.
Okay, Zeph is going to Fire Temple right now. But they won't get very far in this.
Yeah, Waterfall Death Warp, that makes sense.
Alright, we're about to see right side GTG maze. We're not expecting anything from here, but you know, good for completeness.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that they picked up a piece of heart from the chest, because it actually increases the current heart count to, like, it prolongs the time that you need to drown in Gerudo Valley.
Aeronaut now has hovers and equivalent key exchange on the right, so
Song of Time pretty much logically required, I think, right?
yeah, spend 2 keys, get 2 keys. I'm thinking the same thing. Because if we had Song of Time, we would have only had to spend 1 key.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably keys behind Strength too, so I doubt that he's going to be able to make center of the maze.
It's possible, but unlikely. If I've counted correctly.
Yeah. I think every chest has to be a key.
Actually, no, he's going to be 1 short, even if all these are keys.
Oh, you're
Also,
right. Yeah.
Second bow in Adult Climb.
Trying to think, was that bow locked in any way?
Required 2 strength, so
I mean, neither of the strength upgrades required the bow, though. You
Nope.
had the one from Link to Goron, and you had
we had the bomb back, so
yeah.
Also, the first bow was locked by the bombs that would unlock the strength on. Yeah, so definitely not the case this time.
So yeah, neither bow is way to hero.
And Is High going to the wasteland?
It might be.
I mean, Wasteland was not hinted at. But what can Wasteland be at this point? Maybe a scale.
Maybe. That would be
It's
so-
definitely not the hammer. The hammer is most likely in spirit in the well.
Yeah.
My guess would be in the hammer is in the coffin, in well, because that's where it always is. Like I have seen in the
What?
last 2 months I've seen 4 seeds where it was in the exact same spot.
Sorry, I was just seeing Hell Knight open the letter and not have it actually work, so I was confused by the camera angle.
Oh yeah, it's really.
Oh, they are broke.
I'm sorry, say that again, DDX?
What was I saying? I forgot.
I thought I heard something about broke.
Oh yeah, Hell Knight wanted to pay for the diving minigame, but they were 5 rupees short, so they're broke.
Oh. Ouch.
Yeah, sometimes you just don't pay attention to it.
So we'll just do the waterfall now.
Yeah, I get the accent thing a lot, but I don't really care.
Alright, Haunted Wasteland contains...
The bomb refill. Get the skull high. Get the skull. Get the skull.
High is not getting the skull.
No, he's not. But he's coming. That song usage actually pretty smart, because now he can get the skulls here in Fortress and the ones in Valley. You know what? That's actually a pretty cool strat that I never would have thought of.
Oh! Is Zeph going for Boulder Maze 3? Also known as left side?
Yeah. You know what? Somebody brought up a good point in chat. Nobody's been to the lake at all. Like, the scale could be on either fishing.
Yeah, true.
It's weird this far into a seed to not see.
I mean, no one has been to Gerudo Valley either,
Right.
as a child. So no one. I mean, that's the typical route that you take, at least in the like mid-ish game.
High just did a not allowed strat. That strat is not allowed in this rule set.
Oh,
What was in there, for the record?
With arrows.
Oh,
that's,
hi.
yeah, that's not allowed in standard.
Okay, what will be done about this?
I'm gonna post about it at Nimble. Can somebody clip it real quick so I can post about it? I mean, we can't ban him. We're just gonna let him.
Like, wait for a few seconds. No, wait,
Yeah.
wait. Yeah, it's you gain knowledge off of that. That's not too easy to handle.
So, I don't even know what the trick was. I had missed it. I was focusing on the other screens, but I'm guessing trying to do some sort of hover backflip like Goron City Maze,
Yeah, that's
but
a
done
slingshot.
differently.
It's actually this thing where you stand far enough away that you can call the hitbox on the boulders, and that causes you to be able to just long shot right through them.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's you clip through a solid object, and that's not allowed in this rule set.
Yeah.
I mean, the hammer's most likely the last item they're gonna get, so this couldn't be really anything.
But he doesn't know that.
Yeah, he doesn't know that. That's true.
Let's not worry about that too much for now. Let's at least try to focus on the other runners right now. We're about to see another gravestone check. or
Also,
cosmic
Wasteland
stone.
check incoming, which is also a sculpture though.
Now the aeronaut is remembering to pick it up.
Yeah, that's not the round thing that we wanted to see. We wanted to see a scale.
And High is taking intentional damage there.
Thanks, Reverse, for clipping that.
Yep. Forget it.
And Hell Knight is the first to actually enter Jabu Jabu's belly.
All right, so I just posted it in the chamber so that we'll just do the review thing and decide what to do about it. So guys, we don't need to dwell on it too much.
Yeah, it makes sense. Let's just enjoy the rest of the race.
Yeah.
That's what I was planning on doing.
So Hell Knight could get one skull here.
Oh, hi, going for the long shot strat in Gerudo Valley. That's actually a pretty cool trick. Like,
Yeah.
what? And it's nothing.
Yep, just a bloopy.
And thus we will finally see what is in Lake Hylia.
At least we can see. Oh, we can see the diving in the lab out of logic. But what can it be? Like the hammer. Oh, it could be that that this is actually the hammer because the second scale is with the hero in bottom of the well.
That's possible.
So
Forest-
that would be huge.
Forest Temple has a small key. Obvious.
Yeah, we already knew that because everyone has done it, but we didn't know that that there was a hint about that.
Well,
Okay, and it's going to be checked. Diving the lab is going to be checked right now.
we know this cannot be a scale.
At least the skull is. Yeah, it cannot be a scale because it's locked behind two scales logically. Also, Haig not picking up the skull.
And bugs.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's another bottle.
I
So
hope like
yeah.
checks the hits in the back of the lake though. I think this would be a really good time to do that. Because if he doesn't have the 50 hint, then he doesn't know what's on 50. And at this point, you gotta be kind of worrying about 50.
Yeah. Okay, Zeph is about. I think it was 36. This time I got it right, the right way around.
Also, we are entering Water Temple.
Aeronaut just collected the 40th skull. Haha, B, of course. I said it. I said it correctly. I'm pretty sure I said it correctly.
I heard 36. B is just joking.
Yeah. There will be a day, B, when you will sit in the commentator booth and I will be trolling you in chat. But it's all in good fun. I'm not mad.
So the two locations where Gerudo Fortress is marked as foolish is Gerudo Valley and Dodongo's Cavern. Based off of Aeronaut's equipment and tracker, I don't think Aeronaut knew of it.
Also making collecting skulls there. You have. Yeah. Oh, that's the scale.
In Water Temple?
The
Gross!
first scale is in water.
Oh my
That was
god.
the compass chest, I believe.
That was the compass chest, yeah.
You have to go to GTG to get the iron boots so you can get the scale so that you can go to Jabu get ZL so that you can go to. Oh my god. You have to dip water without ZL.
To get the scale.
That's
That's.
such bullshit to see.
Yes.
Hold on. There are two scales. We don't necessarily know if this has to be the first one.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, one of them could be accessible earlier than the other.
Also, Hell Knight, did Hell Knight have accidental ISG, or was that just a lot of swords deku stick swinging? I couldn't tell.
I wasn't looking. But accidental ISG is one of those incidental things that usually isn't a deal.
It isn't a problem.
As long as they don't use it, yeah.
Yeah, as long as you don't gain an advantage from a trick or a glitch that's not allowed in the rule set, then you're fine.
Alright, so
And
how is
even
going
if-
to be
Even if
the
it's just
water temple?
yeah, if it's just about that you gain a little time, for example, for the web clip in Deku Tree, then you can just wait a few seconds to accommodate for that. Like there's no, you're not getting banned for that. Sometimes stuff like this happens by accident.
Yeah.
There is a lot that I've missed when it comes to ethics and honor on this.
I mean, the thing about OOT is that it's so broken that sometimes it's hard to avoid accidental glitching. Like, you
Yeah,
don't mean to, but sometimes you just glitched by mistake. And I don't want to say, like...
That is fair. Anyway, back to additional knowledge.
Oh, hey, Chimp. Hell Knight is about 26. I think Zeph is on the way to 40, and Ironaut already has 40.
Is this a...
At least
no,
40.
Remote Southern Grotto. I don't know if we've seen this yet.
Yeah, Zeph is almost 40.
Lands of Truth game.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
Market
chess
trade?
minigame. Get your bets in. Well, that's too late. Yeah, you can do the remaining 4. Yeah, the first one is guaranteed. Yeah, Pi does not know about the 50 skull hint, which explains why they're not collecting any.
Yeah, that's gonna be a really big oof for him.
Yeah, that's the really bottleneck. I mean, the
Yeah.
hints were on Zora's River and in Death Mountain Crater, which I think they've already been to.
All right, moment of truth. What's in the treasure game?
A red rupee. Ooh. Ew.
Yeah,
So in
you
other
make
words-
10 bucks plus on that.
So it's a waste of time because you could have just stopped at the red section.
Yep.
Yep. Zeph picking up the irons.
And
And
Zeph's-
leaving.
I don't blame him.
Yeah,
This
Zeph
is
is
the
bailing.
play. There's nothing else here. This is the play.
Yeah, it's actually a good play. Also, Zeph going for the Valley play.
I mean, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
Hell Knight is going to Gerudo Valley as a child. He's actually the only one. The others checked it as an adult.
Zeph is not in go mode, but he has all the items. He needs to go get the scale, and I think that's what he's probably going to do. He'll probably dip water. Hopefully, he dips water at some point.
Potentially required water dip just to make progress. What is this madness?
I mean, with Iron Boots and Longshot, you can, depending on how the keys are laid out, you don't even need ZL to clear it.
Right. That's true. But we know that ZL is required in Water Temple at least.
So, I believe it's a kind of personal preference which checks you do first in water, but for many players, it's actually the compost chest is actually the first one they get. So this being the scale is really convenient. Like you don't have to really get deep into water to find out there's nothing or something.
Yeah.
For those wondering whether Hai has knowledge about 50 skulls, they may gain it soon.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's a big turning point for Hai.
I don't think Hai has mic on.
Hai does not have mic on. Also, Zeph, I commend you for going for that jump shot recoil. Sorry it didn't work.
Yeah, Hell Knight is at 27 right now. So he's actually a little behind in terms of skull progression.
Alright.
Let's see his reaction. He's gonna blow up this gossip zone.
What? Wait, what?
I have to read it again.
That's a double take. He's like, oh no. Oh no. Finding out that it's 50 skulls at almost 2 hours in is just a big feels bad, man.
Yeah.
Let's look at See, this would be if this were me, if I were Hai, if that were stream right now, and you guys all know that such thing as clean audio on an axe stream, I would have immediately been like, fuck my life. There would have been a few F-bombs, multiple F-bombs probably dropped.
And with that, we apologize for our North American viewers.
Okay, Aeronaut decided to dip Shadow.
Well, there are some skulls that you can pick up along the way.
Yeah, you can get 4 of the 5 skulls actually, because one is behind the maze.
Also, Zeph is in Water Temple.
So Zeph's
Yeah,
gonna
Zeph
get
is on the way to the scale. Like they will get the scale in a few seconds.
I know, right? Thanks, Chimp. I know.
Fair point, Chimp. I should have taken care of the apology before the run started.
Yeah, high is at 21.
Which is not great.
Yeah, I mean Hellnet isn't too far ahead in terms of skulls because
Hell
he
Knight's
doesn't
gonna be
have.
the Hell Knight's gonna be the first runner to show us child fishing.
Oh yeah, that's true. We actually haven't seen anything on Child Lake.
So there's your logical Jabu axis, everybody.
Has Hellnet looked at the underwater bottle? I haven't seen it.
I didn't.
I
see
didn't
there,
pay. Yeah, I didn't pay. Feroz Wind.
Oh,
That's nice.
that would have been so nice earlier.
Yeah, it would have been so nice earlier.
Wow.
Didn't he dip Jabu? Wasn't Hell Knight the one who went to Jabu?
I lost track.
Youngsters, I'm like one of the oldest people in this community.
Same.
But I thought I was pretty old, but it turns out that I'm on the younger side, I think. But at least when I was talking to people, I was surprised that they were like at least a few years older than me.
I will be 40 in January, so yeah.
Oh, that's a round one coming up soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have quite some time until I get into my 40s. Oh, that's that big stabby in Shadow.
Big boy sword.
That is in invisible death silvers. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't remember all of the fun names, so please forgive me for that.
Yeah, Delilah and I bring up the average VSR considerably.
Well, okay, I'm fine admitting this on stream. I'm 35.
So yeah, you're in my generation.
Which means I now bump up the average to 13.
Oh, good. We're finally in an average point old enough to be on Twitch, so that works out.
This is so going to be
So,
my last commentary.
The average age in the commentator booth is about 34 years.
Shut up, Cubs. You're actually...
So Wolfman is actually quite close to the average.
That feels strange.
I like Ara's backflipping strat.
I actually appreciated that flourish there, Zeph, but unfortunately that doesn't allow you to warp any faster.
Dude, I need to get, like, Cub said he's in bed right now, and I need to get my so that I can be lying down. That would be the fucking dream, y'all.
It would be a bad idea for me to stay in bed.
I would totally fall asleep on comms. You guys would hear me snoring. Me and the dog, we'd both be snoring. Okay, so we are not making any meaningful progression. I'd really like to see... Oh god, dude, I don't know. I think everybody just needs to get skulls. That's what we're kind of locked behind at this point.
Yep, Zeph just got number 44.
Also,
This
this does
does seem like some ladder bullshit, Cubs. You are correct.
Now, I haven't kept up with any of the ladder leagues on any rando really, so yeah, this one's been a doozy. It is almost 2 hours, so perhaps we should attempt to summarize what's been going on.
Yeah, we could do that.
So the only new thing that really is happening is Aeronaut going through a barren Shadow Temple, which is Shadow Temple by itself is not very exciting, but
Yeah, I mean, he's just picking up skulls at this point because you need 50. So here's how this seed is meant to play out, okay? So you need 50 skulls to get your boomerang. And we've determined by process of elimination that Zelda's Lullaby is locked behind Jabu on the Prelude check. So we needed a scale to get there. Well, the scale is in Water Temple, the only one we've found so far. Compass chest in Water Temple. And the Iron Boots on GTG. The long shot in Forest Temple with a hook shot on Skull Mask. Oh yeah, it gets better from there, folks. After that, so you've got your 50 skulls, you've got your boomerang, you're going into Jabu Jabu, you're going to get ZL. Then you're going to go to Composer Grave or Ice Cavern to get Song of Storms because something is in well.
yeah, we know that's why the hero.
Yep, Bottom of the Well's way the hero, probably for the hammer, which means that you can't do Fire Temple right now. You can't finish out Shadow Temple because you don't have ZL. So everything's kind of locked right now behind 50 skulls. It's kind of disgusting, actually.
Also, yeah, Skull Mask had the first hook shot.
Yeah.
Because the second one was in Forest Temple. So this seed is like this seed is like really crazy.
And a question regarding the boots. The iron boots were found in the GTG lobby, which meant long shot locked. And the hover boots were found in the Spirit Temple Silver's Boulder Room, which is where you would normally want the hover boots to get that first one.
Yep, you gotta do the fancy jump slash strat.
And I know how to do that jump slash, I just don't like to.
Actually, I so used to using the jump slash at that point that I even if I hovers, I don't equip them for that.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same way.
Just muscle memory at this point.
You can also get bunked by the boulder, which is pretty fun.
Yeah.
Aeronaut, I hope you're just going for that skull and not riding the boat.
I mean, he can't,
Yeah.
so.
Aeronaut is going for the skull.
Just give him that one. He's at
You're welcome, Tim.
47 now, so.
He went for it!
Oh no, Ara!
Yeah, maybe it was just for fun. I mean, if I know I wasn't restream, I would just like I could imagine myself just doing this for fun.
I mean, I'll be honest, the number of times when I've got
That's actually a good question for the interview.
shit, I don't have ZL. That's like, that happens more often than it probably should.
And yeah, diving for skulls at this point, I agree, it was a good idea. It's just... wow.
I mean, with the shortcut, it's good. I mean, you have to do Shadow anyway. If Shadow was a stone and you didn't have to do it, theoretically, if you knew it was foolish stone, then it would be probably less attractive. But doing Shadow Temple and you know you have to go through the whole damn thing anyway. Perfect.
I mean, again, there are only 3 or 4 golden skulltulas to spare, and if you don't know where all of them are in the random spots, honestly, Shadow makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was like, Zeph already has the long shot. Right, there's a skull over here.
Yeah. One medallion per hour. God. You're not... I mean, once they get the 50 skulls and they get the boomerang, it's gonna go really quickly. I feel like...
Did that golden skulltula block the Deku Nut?
It may have.
I'm sorry, there was just a lot of interaction on Zeph's side there. I was confused. Alright, one more skull to go. And this was routed beautifully.
Yeah. This is where you can tell, like, when runners are, like, just, they're familiar with the game, and you just know where to... Constantly thinking about, where's my next move going to be? How does it make sense for me to get Skull Close? Some runners are really good at it. Some are less good. I don't want to say bad, because nobody on here is bad, but they're just... Some of them are not as skilled at skull routing.
I'm bad at it, I'm willing to admit.
I mean, I know at least where every one of them is, like all 100 of them. But in terms of routing them in smoothly, I really need to improve on that.
I had a challenge cup seed where it was 50 skulls for the light arrows, and I was just getting... I had them so early.
Okay, Zeph picked up the boomerang.
Yep.
And thus, the seed can continue.
Yeah, now we're finally gonna see some new stuff. Oh, banana.
Dong, dong, Donkey Kong. Huh.
Nice.
This is just going to be one of those... Like, it also sucks because they don't have Serenade, so you either have to climb up and do chicken entry and domain, which is really punishing if you chicken, like, you just mess up the jump, or you have to go all the way down to lake to dive through. Like, either way, it just...
Yeah, it sucks.
This
Yeah,
is
just
not
a lot of walking.
Yeah, this is a very pleasant seed.
And I'm picking up iron boots. But continuing into GTG at least for a little while.
Yeah.
Okay, Zeph is going for Kuko's strategy to enter the domain. High is now up to 34 skulls. And Hell Knight is dipping into GTG.
I don't know, Cubs. It would be worth timing it. Why don't you get on that? Make yourself useful. He's gonna, like, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He's gonna listen. See, I told you. Oh man.
There is clearly something I am misunderstanding, but I'll just chalk it up to some friends like to rib each other.
Yes, that's precisely what it is. Speaking of meds, I need to take mine. I almost forgot.
Well, while we're at it, first of all, sorry we're late with the happy 2-hour mark. This has been a very wild
What
scene.
the fuck? Mods?
Come,
What?
this is where we need you!
Mods?
What's
Holy
even
shit.
happening?
What the actual... We're getting raided by some fucking bot. Okay.
It's like, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's like 10 bots or something.
Yeah.
Even more. That's...
What the actual shit?
I've seen stuff like this happen before. And that is one way of handling it. We thank you, mods.
Yeah, that's the fastest way.
Good thing that commentators are excluded from emote only. So...
Wait.
Imagine we had to talk in emotes for a solid minute.
Monka S.
You have no problem with that, it seems.
Masay LOL? I don't know. I can't speak in emotes.
Oh, we don't have Pog in this channel. What the fuck, Trez?
It's there. Anyway, as I was trying to say, we have just passed the 2-hour mark. For those that have just tuned in, this is a doozy of a seed. Zeph, the Aeronaut, High, and Hell Knight in a race for 50 skulls. Zeph first to do so and has the boomerang. I am Wolfman 2000, also known as Stanstead. I am joined by Daredevin X and Oksani, two much better commentators at this than myself. Do not forget about our trackers that are keeping things up to date. Steve Master 92, Halcyo, Mick Paula, and Jojo LMN. And of course, don't forget to follow our runners as well.
Wolfman, you definitely don't need to worry about. You're not worse than we are. You're doing fine.
Self-depreciation is part of my toolkit.
I have talked to a lot of people in the community lately, and it seems like that's something that most people are really good at. Like, oh, I suck at this game and stuff like that. That's like from commentators. That's the one thing I hear the most. It's like, oh, I'm so bad at playing this game.
I genuinely am, though.
See, I'm not. I just get really mad because other people are way better than I am and feel like I should do better than I do. I don't, and it just pisses me off because like my improvement is like a really in and other people's is like a really steep incline, and I have to stop comparing myself to others, but I don't do that because I am just that's just who I am as a person, and yeah. So that's my summary of things.
Also, it wasn't mentioned earlier. Thank you, Legend of Paula, for subscribing with your Twitch Prime. Appreciate it.
While we were going through all that explanation, I don't think Zeph has picked up anything worthwhile from the treasure chests, right?
Doesn't seem like it. It's also what's also crazy about the seed. We haven't seen any bomb shoes in 2 hours. Like,
No.
that doesn't happen too often.
Oh, okay. According to chat, Zeph hasn't actually opened any of the chests.
I mean,
think
you know that the only item you're missing is the hammer, and you have one way of the hero left that you haven't visited yet. So
Yeah.
it's actually not too risky to just go mode job at this point.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, it's if you can read into the logic that deep in the mid of a race, that's pretty impressive by itself.
I mean, Chimp, if mirrors in well, then there's 3 checks that it can really be, you know? It's still kind of leads you into a direction. It's not something that, like, will open up half the world, you know? Although there really isn't anything left like that.
I mean, if the first item I found in bottom of the well was the mirror shield, I definitely would not bail. I would continue.
Oh yeah, same.
Just to make sure that that's not it.
Oh, I just realized that Zeph's Z targeting sound is Zelda gasping.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty funny one. I noticed that earlier, but I really didn't care to bring it up.
Also, that was some fancy shield backwards knockback stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's a really cool trick to do.
So right now, I'd say that Zeph is definitely our leader on Restream,
Yes,
with
definitely.
Arnott pretty close behind him.
Yeah, a few minutes.
Yeah.
It depends on Aeronaut is going to go mode job or not. If the lead is going to continue, or at least to get a little smaller, the lead
Yeah.
that Zap has. But I think it's fair to just go mode job at this point. Oh yeah, it could still be strength 3, right?
Ugh, that would be so gross, dude.
Yeah, strength 3 for mirror shield for for the hammer. The hammer could be in a really ridiculous place still.
I mean, if you think about it, Strength 3 is only one check, so you know that it's one thing that you have to go to. Mirror Shield is what? Twin Rova, the one by the Armos, and the one
Yeah, it's
up
3 checks.
topmost. Yeah. So
And it's also Twin Rover is if you just consider Twin Rover an item check, that's one of the slowest in the game. Like if not the slowest at all.
plus,
Yeah,
just
yep.
any seed where you think you might not have to deal with Twin Rova, and then you end up having. Twin Rova is just such a shitty boss when you're speedrunning.
Oh yeah, Aeronaut is missing Iron Boots. Also, Zeph doesn't. No, wait. Let me quickly. Yeah, Aeronaut has the hover boots, but does not have. Has the hover boots, but not the iron boots, and Zeph has both of them already.
Cubs, ew.
Yeah, if you find Mirror Shield and nothing else, then you know where you have to go, and also if Strength 3 is in the well and nothing else, then you also have to you also know where you're guaranteed to have to go.
Wait, that genuinely happened?
Yeah.
That's insane,
Ew.
Cubs.
Yeah, Cubs decided to ditch me and get a new partner for racing, so I'm glad I didn't have to play it. This time I'm actually not mad. Oh, dude, it's pretty ugly. It's a pretty ugly seed. Somebody should have just clipped my run through last time when I went through it so that you guys can just post the clip and share it with how just garbage the seed actually is.
Okay, so Zeph picked up ZL. At this point, it makes sense to quickly go into the Composer's Grave to check if that's Song of Storms.
And the well.
Yeah, but you need Song of Storms to open up the well, so
Yeah,
Right.
you need to find out which one of the songs it is.
Yeah, I mean, the seed could get grosser if.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's still not.
It's probably gonna be Song of Storms in the graveyard though, because graveyard is Way of the Hero.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Magic is not gonna be Way of the Hero. So
Yep.
because
And
there's another one that's available.
And if for some reason it is Serenade, then that means we have been completely bamboozled.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much guaranteed.
Also, I just realized Zeph still doesn't have magic.
Zeph had. Wait. Zeph
Oh,
has
it
magic.
was a cutscene. Sorry.
I was gonna say.
Wait. Yeah, everyone.
Sorry, the HUD disappeared and I was thrown off.
It's fine. Don't worry. Yep, that's Song of Storms.
There it is.
Something to click. Thank you.
So we have seen all the songs now.
Well, technically we haven't seen all of them, but we know that Serenade is vanilla.
Yep.
And so, the moment of truth. What is in the bottom of the well? And if we get a not hammer item, do we continue in the well?
If you get hammered, you bail. If
No,
you
no,
don't
no.
get it, if you get another item, then you.
Okay.
Yep.
Because hammer is what you actually need. Anything else is just. As soon as if I get the mirror shield or something, and I'm like, that's bait, you know.
Oh yeah, that could still be. No, wait. Never mind. Okay, well played. Let's go.
That's an.
My bet
interesting
is that the
thought.
hammer is in the coffin. It always is in the in the stupid coffin. Like every time. I'm actually not sure what is the fastest route through the well. That's one item down.
I mean, it's gonna depend. Like wherever it ends up actually being,
That's
that's
another
where
item.
yeah, that's where it's going to.
So 9 items and 3 keys left.
Yeah, people's routes are going to make the difference on this.
Yep. It's basically RNG. How fast you find the stuff you're looking for.
Yeah. It's the same thing with like GTG. If you go right side first, or if you go
Yeah.
left side first.
True.
All right, back bombable.
That's another item. Still not what we're searching for.
And I still haven't found.
Oh, it's going to be the coffin. It's going to be the coffin. It's going to be the coffin. It's in the coffin every time. That would make the 5th seed actually that I've witnessed that the hammer's in there in the last 2 months. That's insane.
I'm gonna say it's dead hand.
No, it's here. It's definitely here.
Oh, Dead Hand sucks. Well, we're gonna see it this way.
I did do it!
Oh
I called it! I called it! I called it 2 hours ago.
I give up.
This is so silly. Like, every freaking time. Every freaking time.
Oh my god, that's
5th time in 2 months that I've seen the hammer in this specific check. What is going on? Like, holy shit.
wow.
Knew it. That's actually the second item that I caught in the seed.
Yeah, you didn't need ZL. You didn't technically need ZL for the well, but you ZL
Yeah, for the
to
song.
on
Yeah.
the song so you can go to the well. This seed is so gross, dude. All right, well, Zeph's in go mode, and he's just going to rush dungeon at this point. So, welcome to the dungeon rush.
Welcome
don't
to the dungeon
blame
of my
Steph.
haunted heart.
Whatsoever.
Yeah, go mode with a bunch of medallions.
Yeah, let's hope for an early boss key now.
Yeah.
I mean, for the seed to be really terrible, boss key should be. We still are missing 2 sometimes hints. So Fire Temple was not hinted in any way. So it could still very well be Pierre or the Hammer Chest.
Which would be disgusting. Like, this seed is already just.
Yeah, I mean that's just the icing on the cake.
Yeah, I like honestly, I almost you gotta almost expect it. We know that Fire Temple is going to be foolish at this point because he's in go mode, and every time Fire Temple's foolish, the boss key is in deep fire.
Yep. So we are now 2 hours and almost 20 minutes in. We have found all 50 skulls, and there's 3 more dungeons to complete. That's Shadow, Fire, and Water. So can this possibly sub 3? What do you think?
I'm sub 3 is pushing it. I'd say definitely sub 330 for sure.
Yeah,
sub
that's true.
3. I don't know. I mean,
It depends on the boss key locations
depends
in
on
Water and
these-
Fire.
Yeah, it really depends. on
That
them.
determines that how
I'll go
fast the seeds go.
310.
Shadow Temple is an automatic 15 regardless. So, I mean, yeah, Cubs brings up a point. Ara has done Shadow, and Ara's
Yeah,
gonna
true.
finish Shadow first, which I don't really blame him. Or, yeah, he's gonna get this, and I think he's gonna finish Shadow first.
So Hell Knight is now at 37 skulls, so quite some time behind the other 2 runners.
Well, Hell Knight might actually find the boss. So,
Oh yeah, we still don't know where the boss key water, so we're seeing 2 new dungeons checked at the moment.
and we
Just
know
the
that
boss key
water.
vanilla.
We
Oh, that's a Stone of Agony.
nice.
So
So
we
Water
found-
Temple also could require Song of Time though, because it's not Water Temple doesn't lock Song of Time, so it might be River Chest. seat is.
Yeah, but we're still doing not so great on meme percent. We're still missing the meme arrows, the condom, and the winner heart piece. Or have we seen Maro's love? I'm not sure.
I
I think that Conda might have been in the volcano, but I'm not sure if it was that or if it was a bloopy. It definitely was not a hook shot, though.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like,
one potentially unknown, two definite unknown as far as that category goes. But right now, I am getting concerned for Zeph here because we may have to go into deep fire.
Yeah, we're on the way to deep fire, at least.
So, answering the question, he did a strat that was banned, and he will be disqualified. His finish won't actually count. I don't know if we're planning to swap him out for another runner. That's up to the restreamer side. But for right now, we're just
Also,
gonna...
maybe it would make sense to notify them so they don't need to play along.
Yeah. So we're not going to be that's not really up for us to decide at this point.
So what happened is Hai clipped through the hammer rocks in Gerudo Valley. Yeah, there's a clip for that. I mean, if you're playing a lot of different categories and stuff, that just can't slip your mind. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't like put evil intentions behind this.
Okay, and real quick, just so you guys are aware, Zeph got the boss key in Fire Temple in the map chest, so he's gonna go smash Volvagia. I mean, that's like medium fire, so it's
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing, so thank you for covering that. And, oh, Tectite Grotto had just a heart container. Thank you for confirming, Hell Knight.
Yeah, and that's exactly it, B. It's probably just going to be this one race. We'll make sure that he and others are aware that that's not a strat that's allowed, and he'll be perfectly fine to continue in the next one. It's not a huge deal. Now, if this were like an attorney match, it might be different, but this is not a attorney match. These weeklies are really just for fun and friendly competition. So we just want to keep them fair for everybody, which is why we have sets, because it would not be fair if people are like clipping through boss key doors and stuff like that, while others are trying to go find speed and stuff such as that. So he's not going to have any long-term repercussions. It's just going to be a DQ for this particular race.
It looks like they're pausing.
Yeah.
So I think they just got quite a bit.
Hell Knight has just gotten their 40th skull.
Yeah, that's still 10 to go. This will be the 41st.
And hey, when did we get bomb shoes?
They were in the well, I believe, weren't they?
Ugh, disgusting.
Yeah.
No.
No, they weren't in the well.
Hell Knight cannot go into the well because they have 40 skulls.
Oh,
because they still need.
Oh, Hell Knight
some
has bomb
stuff,
shoes.
yeah.
You're talking about
Hell Knight has
people
bomb
in-
shoes.
Okay. My bad.
And Hell Knight.
Bomb
Whoa, Mido! When did you get hover boots?
Mido's just hovering, like levitating in the air. That's a really funny glitch.
So, it does look from the race room that Hai is aware, obviously. So he's not going to continue, it looks like. I don't know if we're going to be swapping out another runner or getting somebody else in. That's, again, going to be up to the restream team to decide.
I mean, there's still enough time left on the seat to actually swap someone out. Makes sense.
Yeah, it just depends on what we want to do here. So I'm going to leave that up for whoever.
We're not going to swap anybody, and we're already 2.5 hours in, so
Okay.
we're figuring out exactly what we're going to do. I'm probably just going to black it out, but yeah, we're sticking with 3 restreamers right now.
All right, sounds
Makes
good.
it
Well,
easier.
whoever highest tracker was, you get an early day off. GG.
Hell Knight just got strength 2 and had a look of relief on their face.
Yeah.
Well, at least some would see it as a look of relief.
It's up to interpretation, though.
There's Aranat picking up his hammer. Zeph, in the meantime, is in Shadow. He's he's just starting Shadow, so it's gonna check back in like 15 minutes, okay?
That stupid coffin. Well,
Could one of the mods make a quick command just for today so that we so that it's just a little bit easier to explain? I don't know if anybody wants to do that. Nah, it ain't that serious, Bill. It's just, I mean, he just said, oh, shoot, I forgot. Sorry, my bad. You know, it happens. Thing that happens. So.
So here is where I was thinking the hammer was going to be, the Dead Hand room. There are 2 chests here, one for taking out Dead Hand and one for the invisible chest that is inside. For whatever reason, this extra chest is named Steve, and I never understood why.
It's something that Kuiper came up with. They just, I don't know why they like, he explained it to me. Because I was on comms with him for the finale of the Season 3 tournament, but I already forgot the explanation.
Well, inside Steve's chest is money, and inside Dead Hand's chest...
Hell Knight getting his hovers.
Small...
His face, he's like, are you serious right now?
And, yeah, it's similar to Hell Knight. It's like, why did the hover boots have to be there?
I mean, at least he got him.
To me, it is kind of funny to watch like face cams when I'm doing commentary. I know that not everybody's comfortable having a cam, but I really enjoy the reactions.
Oh yeah, that reminds me that I was actually supposed to buy a webcam. I still need to order one. Like, pretty soon. Also, that means that I'm going to show my face on my streams someday soon. I'm not entirely sure if I really want that, but... The face is not the problem. It's just once your face is on the internet, it stays there forever.
Oh,
There's no going back.
I can confirm that.
So what you're saying is you post the rest of your body and just not your face, right?
I wasn't expecting that.
Listen, so no shirt, no shoes, no service, but I can go to a place without pants, right? Clearly.
Monk that TOS.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like doing a Skype interview, like for a job application, and then you wear like a suit and a tie, but you sit there on the chair in shorts.
Yeah.
And then you have to stand up and stuff to get something to write, or I don't know. and then you just forget about that because you're just like in this interview mode, and then you're not in a good spot then.
It was asked by chat where the 50 skull hints were. They were the Zora's River Open Grotto and Death Mountain Crater Wall.
Oh, no wonder I never get Death Mountain Crater Wall. There's a heart piece for Hell Knight. And another key. I guess I understand Hell Knight finishing. Spirit was way the hero, so I can't really fault him for wanting to clear it.
Yeah, but there cannot be anything more in that.
Right.
The worst thing Hell Knight could find in there is the mirror shield, so he's baited into actually beating Kurova, yeah. That's the worst thing to find. And actually, mirror shield is French vanilla quite often.
Yeah, I actually hate that because I never think it's there, and then it's like 3.5 hours later, shield is like right there, and I'm like, dude, come on.
Yeah, there was one weekly where it was a few weeks ago where the mirror sheet was actually in one of the 2 invisible chests in Spirit.
Yep, I remember that one. It pissed me off.
And there was also I think it was another required item that was in the chest in the other invisible chest. And I remember my brother playing the seed, and I watched him, and he bailed out one room before that.
Oh no!
And after that, he was so angry. But I really, it's really fair to like get mad at that point, because he was so like so close to finishing, and then it's just another hour on top.
Yeesh. Also, to answer a question from chat, light arrows were on 20 skulls.
Yep.
Yeah. Zeph is not happy.
Yo, what the fuck? Yup.
Why?
I had apparently missed something.
Me too.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. Somebody pinged me in Discord, so I was looking at that.
I really need to learn that quick strat in the fan room. I tried it a few times, but I really had trouble.
Wait. According to Cubs, you could possibly jump in that pot? Oh, okay. There was a void out that took place.
I didn't notice. I didn't pay attention because it's Shadow Temple. I mean, there's not. Shadow Temple is like one of the what is more on the boring side to watch actually, because it's so long and dry. Especially if it's a foolish one and it's late into the game. I actually never did jump into the Goron City spinning pod. I mean, how are you going to get out of there? It makes sense that they had some kind of safety mechanism there.
Yay, Shadow Temple.
And now we don't need any more skulls, so let's ride the boat.
I'm on a boat.
Oh yeah, apparently it was clipped. Thank you for that. I might take a look later. I mean, I could do it right now because there's not too much stuff going on. Let me quickly catch up on this. Oh no, I'm hearing my own voice.
Nice. Thanks, Delilah. Y'all, the other 2 members of my commentary not noticing what's on the stream. It's one of my precious memes.
Okay, just caught up to the clip.
All right, Arnott picking up his boss key in Fire Temple, and Zeph going through Deep Shadow because, like I said, Foolish Shadow means you got to go all the way into Deep Shadow to get your last key. That's how this works every time. Every
Wait,
time.
is Arnold going deeper into fire?
It looks like he is.
Why would you do that?
Oh no.
Maybe he's just opening the shortcut.
I mean, what is? Arnold is still searching for light arrows.
And irons.
And iron
Oh
boots,
no! Oh, this is a giant trap. Deep fire is just a giant trap.
yeah. There's that last key. Now Zeph.
Arnold has light. Okay, according to his personal tracker, Arnold does not have light arrows.
Yeah, it's the iron
But
boots.
he needs iron boots. They were in pretty early in GTG.
Yeah.
So GTG is actually the play. I would prefer GTG over Fire Temple over Deep Fire every time.
Yeah, GTG just is, I don't know, better. Cool gainer by Aeronaut.
Yeah, that looked really sick.
I'm not sure if that's actually a gainer or if it's something really nice strat. I've been trying to learn how to do that in Ice Cavern.
Yeah, it looks really sick when you can do it.
Yeah, and just it's way faster than the ground jump, but
Yes.
I've not yet been successful at it.
Oh yeah. While we're talking, I can just update my list of things that I want to learn in this game.
Mine just keeps getting longer and longer.
Yeah, I just
longer.
started making it because I couldn't keep all of them on top of my head.
Yeah.
That's
And now, bongo
So it-
bongo.
So Titus, there's some glitchless strats that you could use in Ice Cavern that rely on you kind of manipulating, not really manipulating, but you're using a lot of the times the hover boots, and you're doing some clever back flipping and using like the edges to do like some jumps and do some like, I guess, anti-grav. And I wish Dotso was here. He could probably explain it a lot better than I can, but they're a lot faster than doing a
yeah,
ground jump.
they look really cool too.
Yeah.
But they're not as easy to pull off, I think. If you're used to ground jump anyway, like the ground jump is what if you want to get serious in this game, ground jumps a ground jump is like one of the first tricks that you actually learn.
Yeah.
And I mean, ground jump has many applications, and like Ice Cavern is just one room in the game that you're not even guaranteed to have to do
Yeah.
every scene. So if you know ground jumps, there's actually no real need for those strats, but they are indeed faster.
Yeah, I think ground jump was like the first thing I actually learned when I was learning.
I think it was the same for me. And B1 skip. Like, B1 skip
Yeah.
is one of the most important things in the game.
Yeah, I learned B1 skip. B1 skip took me a little bit longer. Like I learned the first, and then I would like never go to Deku Tree unless I had a bomb bag. And then I was like, wait a minute, this is kind of
Yeah.
this is kind of dumb. I need to learn B1 skip.
And there's the kind of pointless Song of Time, unless, of course, we need it for River Chest.
You know what? At this point, I wouldn't put it past the seed.
Who knows anymore? Who
Yeah.
knows?
And Hell Knight getting his skulls from Shadow Temple, while Aranot is dealing with our friend, the Flare Dancer. And Zeph is going to be back walking all the way to the Water Temple because it's the only way you can go without Eponas or Serenade.
And of course, it makes no sense to go to Ice Cavern to get Serenade when you can just backwards walk your way to Lake Hylia.
Oh,
Yep.
this is
Yeah,
so
this-
much faster than going to Ice Cavern.
This seed is like the one of the worst in terms of quick movement. because you have no way to get to Lake Hylia fast except for backwalking, because there's no horse available, there's no serenade that makes sense to get.
And now the aeronaut is at the hammer chest.
Oh god.
I'm going to just swap to his audio on my end, or their audio, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know that they have audio, or that they, I think they also speak French, so.
And just a steak.
Yeah, they don't seem to have any audio or any mic, or if they do, they had no reaction. It's very unusual that you see somebody like, jumping down from.
Yeah, I was about to point that out. That's like, it's
not
really
a bad way to route it. You have to give them credit.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have the hover boots already. I mean, even if you don't, if you check the hammer boots, the hammer boots. There's no such thing as hammer boots. the hammer chest, and then jump down to the highest Goron, and from there you can just, yeah.
Hammer boots would be so
Hammer
awesome,
boots.
though.
Like, they make the hammer sound on every step that you make. That would be so funny. Like it would actually be funny to randomize your iron boot noise as well.
Oh god.
The sound effect. So I would put it on hammer every time.
Thunk, thunk. I mean, yeah, you can randomize your hover boot sound.
Yeah,
And
so
my
why?
hover boot sound is always the flare dancer laugh because it's fantastic.
Yeah, that's really cool. I also like the dog on.
Yeah, the dog is pretty funny too. Cubs, LP7's not gonna come back himself. I'm just saying.
Alright, Zeph hoping to get the early middle chest here.
Okay, Aeronaut. For a second, he was
Right.
pulling out fire arrows, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
Oh, that's a thing I have to learn as well. Let's just add it to the list.
No, he did, Cubs. I'm aware. But I don't think he's coming back, so I think somebody else is gonna have to take up that mantle if we want more sound to be randomized. And it's not gonna be me because I don't have to code at all.
I know coding pretty well, but not the coding necessary for this type of stuff.
Let's just put it this way, I could write a 1990 like, that's about it.
I mean, basically what you have to do, you just have to swap some addresses around. Like, every sound effect in the game has probably some kind of ID or address, and you just have to take the place in the code where the iron boots are, and just replace the address that the hover boot noise points to. That's how I suppose it would work. And so it's not too difficult, actually.
Alright,
I'm gonna just smile and nod.
Alright, we just had the save strategy, so are we going to exchange 2 small keys for 1 big one, or a big nope?
We've already seen this one, though. The boss key Hell Knight did the boss key chest already, and it was the Stone of Agony.
Oh, that was where it was. Okay, I was wondering
Yeah.
why that was green on my sheet.
And he's like, nope. That's a big no. No thank
I
you.
might getting skull number 48, by the way.
I'm starting to wonder at this point if it is actually River Chest. Because
If that's the case, then I mean, I already know I'm probably not going to be welcome on commentary for at least 1 month. May as well make it 2.
yeah. Listen, are we questioning Pup Time bringing adorable puppy emotes into chat? Because we should not be questioning this.
I could use more doggo emotes.
I mean, I have my doggo. It's on FFZ, so I can't post it here, so it won't show up.
Oh,
Not
there's a deck capacity upgrade.
just in time for Dark Link.
Yeah. Like Dark Link
The
is
the
so much
Dark
easier to
Link
deal with nuts.
the Dark Link nut strat just is something that I cannot seem to conquer. Like I'll get it sometimes, but I just don't understand the mechanic of it enough to actually like consistently do it. It makes like no sense to me.
Yeah, the hitboxes of the nuts and how Dark Link reacts to them is like really weird. Also, having the bigger on sword makes this fight really fast.
Oh yeah. And also they don't have a lot of hearts, so it shouldn't be too bad.
Alright. I need a logic reminder. Central Pillar, are you expected to have Zora Tunic?
Yes.
The Zora Tunic, yes. You
It
need
is
that.
it is absolutely hard required.
The Zora Tunic was somewhere in Fire Temple, so
Yeah, it was pretty early in
it
fire.
was on the way. Yeah, it was the second check in the bridge room.
That's the thing
So
that
it actually-
locked us out of the
Yeah,
dungeon. So.
Actually, that was actually the check that made them bail.
Yep. Really nice and clean on those spikes. And then you get to the shell blades, which have
Yep.
the worst hitbox in the game.
They have weird hitboxes, but they're much easier to kill with a bow.
Yeah.
And Hell Knight finally has the
The
boomerang.
boomerang. Very nice.
He doesn't have. Does he have the light arrows? Because it's
His
not on his
tracker says
person
no.
tracker.
His
Yeah.
tracker
Oh.
says no. At
I-
least his
I-
person tracker.
I need an inventory check on Hell Knight's pause screen.
Yeah.
Because this is a case where
Oh, he did just
He
pick
picked them up. Okay.
okay.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense to check 20 on the way.
Yeah, that does make sense. It's just he hasn't tracker. You know what? That's fine. I
Really,
probably
it's fine.
either.
Anyway, Pillar only had a small key. We have all the small keys we need. Let's see how bad this boss key placement is.
It's pretty bad. I
Yeah,
mean,
since-
we're full clearing the water temple at this point. I mean,
So, since there was a small key on the central pillar chest, that means that Zora Tunic was logically required to beat the dungeon. Because logic assumes that you are the worst player ever and you waste all your keys in locations where you might close yourself out, lock yourself out of your dungeon. So
And-
the keys are set in a way that you can never do that.
And yet, don't we technically open up one of the key locks in this rando anyway?
yes. There is a door there in Water Temple and Fire Temple. Extra. There's an extra key.
In water too? I didn't.
Yeah, there
notice
is one
that.
in Water Temple.
I mean,
I-
Fire's up is the first one when you go into.
Yeah,
Well-
I think in Water Temple it's the one before you raise the water back up to the 3rd level, but I'm not sure if that's the one that's locked in vanilla. I haven't played vanilla in. But there is an extra one in Water Temple, and it's just because the key logic is so garbage otherwise. That is an interesting strat, and I actually
that-
really like it.
That's actually the strat that I used until found out about the Deconut strat.
Alright, 3 checks left. Darklink, River, Dragon. Darklink!
Nope.
Oh my
Son
god.
of Time is.
Oh no.
It might not be, because if it's Dragon Chest, you didn't need Song of Time. You could have done it with the water lowered.
I mean, we
Most
have.
people do it this way anyway because it's
It's
faster.
faster, yeah.
But, oh
Definitely.
my gosh, am I actually going to be right on this? And if so, do I want to be right? I no longer know.
Is that a big Goron sword only strat? Because I've never seen that strat before.
No, you can do it with the Master Sword. The Darkling Dragon strat. With
Alright.
Yeah, you can do that with the Master Sword, but it takes longer. Duh.
Alright, so was Burning Cack required? Here we
Let's.
go.
I do not. I don't know if I'm ready for this.
Yes, it was. Okay. So this is even more sugar on top.
Oh my.
Like that's
gosh.
just too sweet.
All right, everyone who's subbed to this channel, you know what to do. You need to spam fucking ZSR bad seed emote. Like, spam that mother. Spam it.
Son.
So glad I'm not playing this seed. Holy crap.
I'm so glad I'm on commentary for this.
Yep, same. I mean, I probably wouldn't have played anyway. I would have probably commentary, but I'm very, very glad that I did not play this.
As I said, I suspect I'm going to be banned from ZSR commentary for 2 months because of this one now.
So what happened, and Bill, that the boss key was in the shittiest possible location, which is River Chest.
Okay, Aeronaut is actually trying to get the big Poe without Epona.
Why, Era?
So, as they succeed, this actually cannot give them anything.
Yeah.
Because, it could be the mirror shield.
No, we already checked it though. Somebody checked it with the.
Oh yeah, there was a free big Poe in the bottle, right?
It was like a bloopy.
Yeah. I didn't see that.
Cubs, I thank you for trying to defend me, and okay, maybe it'll be reduced to 1. I don't know anymore. This was a doozy of a seed.
I mean, if they haven't banned me from commentary yet from Filthy Mouth, then I don't think they're gonna ban anybody.
Yeah. I think there hasn't been anyone who was banned from comms actually. I might be wrong on that though.
Yeah, I think only if they were like banned from the Discord entirely, in which case, yeah. But
Trent,
that's not like directly banning from comms.
Trent, I'm not against the seed. It's just it's just hit me in the feels or something. It's like, oh my gosh, this was definitely a seed to commentate to after not talking for almost a month.
So this is very potentially free, but it's gonna be very close for like very close.
I wonder if there's any other player on the way to Ganon right now.
I don't know.
It looks like Zeph could very well make the first place here.
Yeah.
And could sub 3, by the way.
Yeah.
This is actually pretty close to still being sub 3.
Imagine being like me or somebody else who's like mid-tier to low-tier. Well, I don't watch IRC. I don't watch the chat channels, the race time, because it pisses me off when I see people finishing. Oh, there's the mirror shield.
Oh,
did we find it?
Yes.
Oh no! Oh no!
At the spirit.
Okay, it looks like a GTG play first. So that's going to get Aeronaut the Iron Boots and actually bail him out. This seed has been insane. Like, it's completely crazy.
But yeah, I would have seen a finish time of sub 3 on this. Like, how in the fuck?
Yeah, this is for how bad the seed has been, because mainly because of it being a 50 skull seed. Actually managing to finish sub 3 is amazing, and Zeph did an amazing job routing all the skulls in.
Yeah.
I mean, even a 330 is respectable for this seed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's remember, there are still, I don't know if I can easily look up how many folks are still actually in this race, but do not feel bad if you get, okay, looks like 46 folks are still in this race. Don't feel bad if you get sub 330 or even sub 4 or even sub 5. If this is your first race,
I don't know if I could sub 330 this. I suppose
if this is
not.
your first race, congratulations, you've just gone through some of the worst that this game has to offer, and we hope you still continue to race.
Yeah, that's true.
Alright, double knuckle taken out.
Yeah, it looks like 3 people have forfeited. But the rest is still going. And also Hai was disqualified, but everyone else is still going.
Aeronaut is going for this chest the intended way, but unfortunately doesn't pay out.
Yep. But he's gonna find what he's looking for here shortly. Alright, Zeph, let's do this. Shall we dance, Ganondorf? Oh look, Cactus Village. Way
It
to
is
hit.
now. It is now time to show that I am the Prince of Tennis. Look, I don't know much about the anime. I just wanted to reference it.
Very smooth.
Oh, that was a beautiful one cycle.
Yeah, that was perfect.
And
All right.
Aeronaut is finally
Yep.
equipped with irons.
Also, Aeronaut is pretty close to the lake, actually. So this is a good time save there.
Yeah.
No need to cross the field again.
All right, Zeph. One clean pig fight, and you get your sub 3. And then you curse us out, but we'll accept that.
Yeah. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
sub 3 is actually really fast for the seed. Like, it's incredible.
Now I'm just praying that he doesn't get sniped. I don't want to see us.
Yeah. Oh, and the moment you said it, the moment you said it, Ilagachua finishing first place with a time of 2:57.39, and I got all the numbers correct, and also GG. Yeah, that's the snipe. The moment you said it, like the literal second you said it.
Wow.
No, Zeph really had deserved that. But also did Ilagachua, probably, because everyone has deserved to finish.
Come on, Ganon, stop being butt.
Sometimes Ganon is such a pain in the tail.
Yeah.
And that's a sub 3 right there.
Yeah, beautiful.
Also, apparently Hetsu has blessed this seed, as Zeph is about to say,
And that's
enough with the reward! I am done! 3 slices and a stab later.
Yeah, Zeph finishing second place with a time of 2:59.09. Being the first of the players to finish on Restream. Sub-3ing a horrible seed beautifully. That's very well deserved. GG, Zeph.
That's gotta feel pretty good.
Yeah, I would be so happy right now if I was in this position. In terms of entertainment value, this seed was great.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
there was
amazing.
We
Like
had
it had
all.
everything.
I still remember the seed I commentated. I think it was 2 years ago, or 1 or 2 years ago. Oh my gosh, this one I think tops it barely, but oh.
Ilagatua pointing out that this is his first weekly win. So congrats.
That's awesome.
That was well played.
Yeah. You must have been like sweating bullets running up Ganon's tower. I know, like if I were like doing that well, and like I don't, like I said earlier, I don't the race room because it stresses me out to know who's finished and who hasn't. But if you're doing that well and you see that nobody's finished yet, you're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my.
Yeah, exactly. Your nerves. Also, yeah, happy 3 hours, everyone. Looks like we're still sitting here for a short while.
Yeah. I think Ara's gonna be finishing here pretty quickly. He's just got to get this boss key in Water Temple, which is of course in the worst possible location. And then Hell Knight is he's still got 3 dungeons to complete, so, and the well. So Hell Knight, we might be here for longer here.
Maybe a
if you
possible raid target.
Yeah.
if you decided to go to Zora's River out of logic early, I mean to Zora's domain mainly. So going into Zora's River early got you the check if the 50 hint if I got that correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like that determined like your position in the race. Basically, because the earlier you know that it's 50, the earlier you can route stuff in.
Well, apparently, El Gatua, I know I butchered that, went early adult and thus gained that knowledge very early.
Oh yeah. The child route was pretty good in terms of items.
Yeah.
I mean, this scene was just disgusting. Let's
Any seed where you have ZL that's like deeply locked through the sea is kind of just a garbage seed, honestly.
Yeah, if you get ZL late, it just makes routing so awkward. Like the order you used to do things in, like it's completely screwed up.
Yeah, and you're skipping. I mean, there's so many things that you're just skipping with ZL, and then once you get.
Oh, you cut out there for a moment, at least for me.
I was saying, like, once you get ZL, you're like, okay, now. I mean, obviously, in this case, you had a lot of progression, but sometimes you don't, and you're just like, okay, where do I go now?
Yeah, finding ZL late guarantees that you have to make a lot of backtracking depending on where your items are. And backtracking always loses you time. And since this is a speed run, this is a race,
Yeah.
time is very valuable.
Yeah, that's one of the hardest things about routing. Like, people take it for granted, but like trying to do like the best you can without backtracking is really going to make a difference in your times. So Ella, did you end up getting the scale? I mean, I know it was logic. Did you ended up getting that? I'm assuming. Speaking of the scale.
Yeah, Aeronaut just picked it up.
Yep.
Yeah, Aeronaut was going into Zora's domain out of logic.
Oh yeah.
Which could actually save you a lot of time because Water Temple wasn't reachable that easily.
Yeah.
Double dipping Water Temple required. This just feels wrong.
Logically required without a horse or Serenade. That's really dumb.
I mean, logically though, not.
Yeah, logically,
so.
Of course. I mean, the only thing that the scale is, if you know your stuff, the only real way that a scale or two are hard required for you is the diving in the lab for with 2 scales and the diving for the Ruto's letter check in the lake.
But you've heard enough of us complaining about this. Why don't we hear from Zeph?
Hey Zeph, GG dude.
Thanks.
GG Zeph.
That was pretty intense.
Yeah, very good job.
I really didn't expect to do a sub 3 hours because of the fact we had to hard farm the 50 skulls in order to progress a little bit.
Yeah, that was a 50 skulls locks half the seed type of thing.
Yeah, that the skill mask int was pretty hard to how can I say think about the seed with the skull mask to know if a long shot is required or not so early. That was something I think it was risky, but he played really well in this seed to rush it in child 1.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like if you know shot from something like that really early, you should do it before you go adult, because then you might not have to go child for a long time.
Yeah,
Even though Skull Mask is a really bad check.
we got the good songs for it, to be honest.
Yeah, that's
Except
true.
except Prelude, but Prelude was not a big deal in this case.
So
So
Cubs wants to know why you let Trent have access to Pora and garbage speed.
well, I don't know, but it looks like K-Power seeds, yeah.
Yeah. Hell Knight picking up his hammer, and that should
I
put
love
him in
it.
go.
I just love the hammer being in that check. I just can't get over it for the love of me. Like this is dumb. This is so
And
dumb.
and Water Temple boss key on River, which
Yeah,
meant Song of Time
of
was
course,
required.
on the deep water for the Bosky was logic for this seed.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty deep in fire too. I mean, you had to go all the way to chest, which isn't like deepest fire, but it's still. You want all these boss keys to be early, and none of them.
Yeah, but to be honest, I was so scared about the scarecrow for the Bosky, because since I switched to Virtual Console, I don't have any I'm not trained for that.
That's
Oh.
fine. Take your
I'm
time.
used to emulator, so and I don't have an ESS adapter, so it's so hard to aim without
Oh,
this
for a
kind
pixel
of
shot.
yeah.
Oof.
Oh yeah,
That
that's
was-
actually another trick to add to my list. It's growing.
That's a hard one.
I think I was actually crying a little bit with how this seed is gone. I'm feeling tears come down. What is this? Oh my gosh. So, Zell, I think this is obviously in your top 5 worst seeds ever.
And not in the top 5, but maybe top 10. Yeah, I've
You had
seen
worse
worst.
than this?
I've seen worst. Yeah,
I mean, it could still be a hard AD on top of that. Like,
yeah.
we were thinking about it until we saw that Fortress's Fool in Dodongo's Cavern. We're like, oh
Yep.
well, there goes that.
I mean, we already had the long shot at the point, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
Longshot was very helpful for getting all the skills, particularly in DC, because of the skills which are hard to reach without it. So
Yeah.
I knew the progression was beyond all these 50 skills. So yeah.
Yeah.
The good thing that makes me laugh was the scale in water. So I don't know if this is the logical one or the only one accessible, but I
It's
think that's the seed he wanted you to do.
yeah, that's the only scale that we saw. So we don't know where the other is. I'll be interested in the spoiler log to find out
Me
where the
too.
other one is.
Probably Shadow Trial.
There could be
Did
some
anyone
like
do
kind
the
of
entire GTG in the restream?
there was somebody who went through most of GTG, but they didn't have strength, so they didn't do the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there were a few checks missing, so it could still be there. But other than that, I think we have not seen anything that's locked behind the mirror sheet because we didn't get the mirror sheet. So that's also where a scale could still be.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
be too surprised to find the mirror shield in the trials, to be honest.
Mirror Shield actually
we
was
found the
on
mirror sheet. Yeah,
Mirror Shield was
Oh.
on the Desert Colossus Ferry.
true.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but thankfully Arnott did not take that bait. I mean, he's about to finish up here, probably in the next 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, I
Juke
want-
finishing place. GG.
GG's. The fact is, once you got ZL, you know what to do. The logical path was so
Yeah.
so clear at that point.
Yeah,
So,
once you get your boomerang, everything becomes so linear
yeah.
and obvious.
Yep.
I didn't want to say I was in go mode when I got the 50 skulls, but I was pretty sure the Jabu was empty, so that's why I completely
you go mode
avoid.
it.
Yeah,
that was actually a pretty good play, saving you a lot of time.
The only thing that can give me some trouble if that the scenario we got was not the one we got is the mirror shield in the graveyard on the royal chest. Maybe
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel as comfortable as I was, to be honest.
But I mean, at that point, the only thing that you still needed was iron boots. So even if you found like the mirror shield, then you would have still whatever the mirror shield unlocked was going to lead in some way to the iron boots.
Yeah.
So alright, Hell Knight is working through Central Pillar at this point, and Arnott is entering Ganon's castle. He's about to climb the tower. So look for him to finish up in about 5 minutes.
Oh, so a different type of central pillar.
Yeah.
Yeah, the giant
I'm-
central pillar.
My attempts at humor kind of wane as the seed progresses. In
It's
case it
okay.
hasn't already been said, thank you both Axe and DDX.
But
I
Hell Knight
this is
didn't.
not easy to do.
Hell Knight doesn't have Song of Time at that point.
No, Hell Knight does not have Song of Time because
Oh.
he hasn't finished Fire. I
Oh,
think
no.
he, according to chat, he used Froor's Wind and Fire, which took him right back to Water Temple
Oh, I see.
instead of So he has to go back to Fire Temple.
That's
he
not
can
time
finish-
waste, so that's fine.
Yeah,
Setting for Rose Wind now would be a good idea, but there's
yeah.
no,
I think
there's
he
no
might
magic.
do that.
left.
Doesn't have any of magic
Yeah,
for
Oh.
that.
you need to refill really fast.
And yes, don't forget about the trackers, Steve Master 92, Pausio McPaula, and Jojo LMN. We all needed help on this one today.
FMZ finishing in 4th place. GG.
GG's.
Yeah, I think a lot of runners could come in the next 10 minutes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is where you're gonna start seeing like the huge rush and influx finishes.
Yeah, like about the 3:30 mark.
Yeah. It's like it's the time when like most of the people, wow, I have a good chance. And then suddenly like 26 people finish in like 30 seconds. You're like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, that's actually amusing.
That's like what basically happened in the qualifiers for season 3 is like I'm like, man, I'm doing a really good job. 2 hours and 17 minutes, which was my PT, by the way. And I was like in 69th place. I was like, what? Come on. I'm so mad.
The Jet Seed curse.
I
Yeah.
actually have yet to play one of those really jetty seeds.
Oh, it was awful. I mean, I like doing fast seasons. I like finishing quickly. But in terms of like the points, it definitely screwed me over. I
That
think
was
how
a nightmare. These kind of seeds were in a row. The jet seed were almost one after another. So yeah, that was complicated to handle.
yeah.
Okay, Hellnut is about to find out that Song of Time is required.
I think he already did.
Oh, yeah.
he's
He
getting
is
magic.
on the way out. Okay, I
Yeah,
just
I
flipped it around in my head.
I think he's just getting magic so he can set for wars and then he's gonna go back.
Yeah,
That's exactly what he's doing. Oh my gosh, that like.
That Left Leg is out for his soul.
just
Oh!
yes,
Oh,
nice.
Wow.
Like
That
can't
was
do
close.
shit if you're playing a song. Like he legit has to wait until you finish your animation,
Yep.
and when you warp out, that's bad. Nothing to eat, no breakfast for you.
I want
Well-
breakfast. Somebody bring me donuts.
I'm
Wait,
just
you
ha-
didn't have breakfast yet?
I'm happy
I started
brunch.
to eat, but it tasted bad, so I gave it to the dog instead.
I'm having brunch now with a protein cookie because goodness, this seat has drained me.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah,
for me it's about dinner time right now.
I'll be fine. I'll eat a little bit more. I'll just basically have.
I've had
Lunch.
3 coffees, guys. I'm
Three?
doing great. Yeah, they've all been iced and they're like concentrated, and I'm amazing. I haven't eaten yet though. Probably should.
To be
Wow, that's...
fair though, you also have to. You have. Her kids are young, so she needs energy. My kids
Yeah,
are
that
old.
makes sense.
My kids are teenagers, so they don't really require a lot of craziness.
I'm so happy I don't have kids right now.
Alright, is Arnott going to get 5th place?
No snipes.
Come on, I hope not. Suck.
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah,
Official
looks
time is yet to come.
Yep, we're
3
looking.
slices and a stab later.
And then like, there. Come on, where
Come
is
on,
it?
bot.
Come
Where is
on,
it?
where? Yes,
There it
There it is.
3:17:07. GG, Aeronaut. Finishing 5th place.
Pretty good finish.
Also being second on Restream. So they might come in for an interview.
Yeah. Excuse me. Don't mean to yawn on stream.
That happens. It's just a regular bodily function.
That's true. I mean, I guess it's better than me like stream, right?
You cut out in the worst moment possible, like
I
the
said,
word
it's I said it's better than me farting on stream.
that. Yeah, I suppose it is.
It looks like the aeronaut also wants to recharge with food, so no interview in this case.
That's fine.
Yeah, I had only one question for one of the runners, and it was one for Aeronaut, so I can clear that.
Alright, so Hell Knight is in Fire Temple. He's still got to finish Fire, Shadow, and Water. He'll be quickly able to finish Water Temple, though, as soon as he gets Song of Time.
So, oh, I am here. Good. The coffee's kicking in, guys. We're we're gonna raid Hell Knight.
I can tell by your voice that it does.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I was actually about to ask if we were going to do that, Delilah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna raid Hell Knight, but first we're gonna go over all of the stuff that's going on today and today's Sunday, and this week, because why not? So we have a lot of A Link to the Past Randomizer Cross Keys Tournament, the losers bracket, and the winners bracket, and we do not restream all of them. We restream whatever we can. Currently, there's one on for 3 p.m. today, 4 p.m. today, and 8 p.m. today, as well as 2 p.m. tomorrow. That's all Eastern Time. UTC, it's 7 p.m., 8 p.m., and 12 a.m. in case you guys don't sleep, which I'm pretty sure you don't. So, then we have at 2 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. UTC, the Minish Cap Randomizer. That's coming right up in an hour and a half. And then at 9 p.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. UTC, the Ocarina of Time GSR Tournament Winners Bracket. That's tonight/tomorrow morning. And I highly recommend that. It's a great, even with the randomizer, because it's not a whole ton of wrong warps or anything. It's actually going through all the dungeons. So I totally recommend watching that and tuning in. And thanks so much for watching. We appreciate it, and thanks to our commentators, Oksani, Devin, and Wolfman. And thank you to our trackers, whom I have to look up really quickly because I don't know. There we go. Steve Master 92, Passio, Mick Paula, and Jojo LMN. Fabulous. And thank you so much to our runners, Zeph, Arnott, X High, and Hell Knight. And we will be rating him. Thanks a lot for watching, guys.
Keep on
See ya.
proving all, and good luck on future runs.
Yeah, bye everyone.